Hi there, everybody, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. Very excited to be here for tonight's session of the Tales of Evrand. Let's go ahead and roll the intro and dive in.
To welcome you to the world of Evrand.
The Seekers of Insomnia.
I told you to leave me alone. I could do this.
I wanted us to live and I wanted him dead.
I am so happy to see you.
Every party needs a pooper.
Raise the blade!
John, are you having fun? We're back. Take it away, John.
Welcome back to the Tales of Evrand session 74, or Book 7, Chapter 10.
It's also correct.
Before we get into the game, as tradition, we read summary, and the DM doesn't do the summary, the players do. And this week on summary is Rachel as Basil. Take us away.
Okay. There are no gods here. Not really. Death and destruction outweigh deities. Outweigh jobs not done. When you are young, you are urged to choose a god and pray to them. To pray for happiness, success, for the well-being of others. All selfish reasons. The gods then, like now, remain unseen, unheard. We are lost in the fire, lost in the crushing weight of the world that was thrown onto our shoulders, a weight none of us asked for. A weight that has caused loss, grief, sadness that turns to anger, demoralization. Yet we press on as this weight digs into our shoulders, bleeding us dry. We weep as it breaks through our soul, pulling us in either direction, threatening to tear us until we are nothing but a shell of a person. We are strong. We are tired. We are strong. We are weary. But we are strong. When in the midst of turmoil, there is love. Love is a silly little thing. It can make or break someone, but it has lit a fire within my chest. Love is like the warmth of a fire, the calm you feel while you're surrounded by loved ones telling stories, the soft glow of lightning bugs as they dance to the songs of the night. It's the lazy mornings wrapped in the comfort of arms. It's freshly brewed tea on an aching throat. And it's a knife to the heart if taken away. The people you meet along the way mark themselves on you. The map you are, finding and keeping little pieces and tracks with you everywhere you go. The imprints that tell your story are noticed while they're here, or even when they are gone. Eldar became such a success story. His growth is something to be admired, as many people don't get that chance. His death will not be in vain, but it is another casualty that will be noticed. I forgive you, and I hope when you walk into the warmth of death, she'll kiss you on the forehead and say she's proud of you, because I am too. The rifts are even more threatening, constantly prodding us like a sleeping bear ready to attack, but we cannot. We have been declawed. We are merely people. I'll be stronger than we are at the beginning, but people nonetheless. We are adventurers, healers, inventors, prank lovers and storytellers. We are not ready for battle, but we face it with confidence, whether it's real or not. Violence for violence. I am proud of all of us. This family has become the most important thing to me. I would fight, lie, cheat, and lay down my life for them. They needn't ask. Growing up, my father told me that if you wanted to be a star, you must let yourself burn. At the time, I didn't really understand what he meant. But I'm grown now, more resilient. I don't need to be a star, but I will let myself burn to protect what's mine. I will let my fire sear anything in my path, and I will not ask for forgiveness. No matter how tainted this town I once ran from is, Eildon is my home. It is the destruction we will be holding, the hand that holds it together. Anger is said to be a negative emotion. Maybe it is, but anger gets things done. Anger keeps you quick on your feet. Anger lets you realize the disadvantage you have, but it lets you plow through the smoke, coughing and suffocating. But your eyes are lit aflame. And I will not deny death. I will deny death until it is begged of me. So choose a god and pray to them. But I will not be afraid. I will let myself become something to fear. And you can put that on my grave.
The end.
Fucking beautiful.
Damn.
Thank you.
So, as we dive back into the game, we don't exactly pick up where we left off entirely. We first go back many, many, many years in the past. Hundreds? Thousands? What you see before you, the winds howling across a desolate landscape as Eldorazim, a dragon of majestic gold scales, confronts a bronze dragon, Balel. His once close friend, now veiled in an aura of darkness, the tensions between them is palpable as a storm brews above. His voice, tinged with sorrow and disbelief, cuts through the air.
Hallel, brother. What shadow has fallen over your heart? To turn to Tiamat? Forsake the teachings of Bahamut? How could you?
Balel, his bronze scales now etched with these sinister runes, meets Eldorazim's gaze. His eyes, once warm, now gleam with cold, ruthless ambition. With a voice that rumbles like distant thunder, he replies,
Power, Eldorazim. Power that Bahamut cannot grant us. Tiamat understands the true strength of our kind, and with this power will bring new dawn dragon.
Eldorazim starts to circle Balel, his gold wings casting fleeting shadows on the ground. He speaks, each word heavy, burdened, and looming conflict. Oh. 1 second. How do I turn it off?
It's the little thing on Discord right next to the disconnect button.
It is off.
Oh, it is off. Okay. Turn your pickup lower.
Oh yeah, that probably makes more sense. I did turn it up a little bit ago.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay.
Shit.
No, it's good.
Well,
It's good. Keep going.
If you didn't hear all of it, they're talking about stuff.
as Eldorazim starts to circle Balel, he says,
But at what cost, Balel? I have heard whispers of your plan. A city sacrificed in Tiamat's name. Innocents slaughtered for power. This is not strength, it's madness.
The spark of an old Bel flickers, his eyes a brief glimpse of the dragon he once was, but quickly extinguish. You see that Eldurazim's heart starts to ache in a pain of betrayal. His voice is a mix of anger and a plea for reason to confront his friend.
It is a necessary sacrifice. We must crumble the old ways and rise anew. You cannot stop what is destined, Eldorazim.
The two converse more. Eldurazim begging Bel to no avail. With one final speaking of.
I'm sorry it has come to this, old friend.
As the dragons start to form a circle around each other, and circling up into the sky, a battle commencing, tearing the landscape apart, eventually ending with Eldurazim striking Bel to the ground in his final breath, but not landing the final blow. Instead, you see a portal open behind Bel, the bronze dragon, and Eldurazim casts him into a shadowy depth. Thousands of years go by. This dragon, known as Bel, never returns. Until we come back to the party. The dragon above destroying the top tower of the College of Eldon. The desolate landscape around you of rubble and destroyed shops. All of you stand in the Golden Market, the clock tower destroyed, the sapphire chalice destroyed. There's this sense of dread as you hear in Braxicor, the dragon of the Shadowfell, scream his name and that he has claimed this city. As all of you stand in the center, almost like the life is left you, it starts to slowly become real again. As I can't find my stuff. That's a great start. As you start to hear the city crumbling around you. All of you stand in the Golden Market. The dragon picks up once again and starts to fly towards the Emerald Palace in the center of Eldon. But you watch as that palace, there is this green bubble that emanates from the castle itself, surrounding the entirety. A defense mechanism. The castle guarded for now from the dangers ahead. You hear from the College of Eldon as the dragon picks up the mages and their spells cast into the sky, fireballs and lightning and various spells that a lower wizard could cast. You see the dragon start to turn around and make its way back to the college as it releases a weapon of death. Seekers of Insomnia, you stand around in the Golden Market, watching all of this happen. Where are you going and what are you doing first?
We came in. Oh my goodness, where did we come in at? Right at King's Cross, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm mean, I feel like first on our list in the conversation we had was trying to find as many people of the Queen and her council, but that's right where Umbraxicor is right now.
Well, there's also, aren't they being protected right now as well?
Right, in the shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a defensive green bubble is around the palace as of right now. Umbraxicor was heading towards the palace, and then the mages of the college started firing spells at him. So he turned around and started attacking the college.
Okay, so then, I mean, I guess in the order we can get there fastest would be the stockade to try and find the captain of the guard then. And then we could go to the college to try and get Orion, Marathil's brother.
Does anyone have any sending slots left before we start running all the way across the city? I take that as a no.
Yeah, it's like I think almost everybody's tapped. I think that's the.
This is pre us arresting, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
You
Still
can't
not rested.
You can't upcast sending, right?
You can.
You can.
For
You
no
just- there's-
benefit, but
for
you
no
can
benefit,
use a higher
yeah.
level slot.
Okay. Well, I have 2 4th level slots and a 6th level slot.
I have 1 4th level and 2 5th.
So why don't we send something to Orion because he's on the opposite end of the city, and then we can start heading towards Cornelius because he's not too far away from us. He's just like a quarter of the city from us. That way we can conserve spell slots in case we do run into people either that need help or if we have to, you know, do a little spar with ye old dragon.
Okay. So you're casting the sending spell towards Orion and heading towards the stockades.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan.
And what are we saying to Orion?
You good? No, I think we should probably say like, hey, the Seekers, we're here in the city. We want to help. What can we do? Because especially Orion, he probably has mages that have told him things. Because hopefully he has more than 0 5th level mages that have sending over the city. So like, hopefully they have some type of communication going on. about
Right,
what's
and
happening.
to tell people, our plan is still to get people to the sewers, right?
Yeah, to the Undercity.
The Undercity? Okay.
I think
Might
we
be
should
best.
find a. Sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think we should find a way to kind of figure out how to get together with everyone so that we can kind of coordinate a strategy here. Because if everyone's scattered, it's going to be really hard to get things lined up.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Emerald Palace would probably be the place to go, but that's bubbled right now, so.
If anyone knows a way in, it's Orion.
Yeah, that's true.
Orion might know a way in, but if we do want to go into the Undercity, if ever, I don't remember if you guys had a way down there, but Enid has the way with the guild, the thieves, right? That was the Undercity entrance, right, John? That she went down there. So Enid will communicate that she knows a route to get in there too, which I think is near King's Cross.
No, it was near Port Whitestone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Which is
that's where the thing was.
where's the
It was,
blockade or stock? Oh, we are all over the land. Okay. Well,
It was a statue of an elven man. I think he pulled like his sword down or something.
Okay.
But it's at Port Whitestone.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay, and during this time, I'm assuming that you guys are like helping people as they're like running through.
Yes.
Like,
and I guess
ushering them
directing them
around.
towards the Undercity. Like, go here, pull the statue. Like, if
Yeah.
if they're gonna
You
get
know what, that's
upset
a
about
good
people
idea.
getting in there, like, now's not the time, guys.
Right. Right.
Well, we passed some guards who were escorting people into the sewers, right? So we'd probably send them there.
Yeah.
Because there's actual, like, reinforcements there
Yeah.
who can fight if things get bad.
Correct.
True.
Okay. So while you guys are kind of getting everything together, right now all of your characters are like ushering people through, like
Yeah.
this way, and
Correct.
so sending to Orion.
I
Who
think
doing that?
Gak would say, ask Rian if he wants to do it through him.
Oh shit. Yeah, sure. He would say, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me think about this. I wasn't thinking about having to do it because I didn't think this would be my responsibility.
You could have said no.
Gak would waste too many words.
That's a good point. Okay. All of Gak's words are important, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah. He would have more than 25.
Yeah. Okay. So, can I, John, reasonably assume that if Orion were to hear Rianne's voice, he would know that it's Rianne? Just so I don't have to go. Yes. Just so I don't have to go. Hi, it's Rianne. Like, I don't have to...
you would assume so. You would assume.
John's
so,
like, you get a response. Who is this?
Okay. Okay. So I would say, here to help, heading towards Stockade. We need to convene to plan. Where should we meet? I hope you're safe. I feel like that's the best thing I can do. That's even sparing 5 words.
You get a response back.
Let's go.
The palace is evacuating. Do not worry here. Find Cornelius. Meet us in the Undercity. We will discuss further.
Okay. Yeah! To the stockade!
Okay. So, after you have, you're still placing people in the direction of where to get to the Undercity, and you start to run towards the stockade. Once again, you hear the roar of Umbraxicor as you don't see the spells from the college as often as you did before. You do hear, as you are running,
Eldorazine, I know you're here. Where are you?
as you are running towards the stockades, you do see up in the distance that is also helping people get out of their homes and get out of the thoroughfare and towards the Undercity, directing individuals, is Cornelius.
Cornelius!
Hey.
Yes. Oh, great, you're here.
We're here. What can we do to help?
Just help me get these people secured. We have to head this way. And he starts running in a direction, making people follow him.
Yeah.
And he says, how are things? Where did you come from? Which section of the city?
We came from the King's Cross.
And what is the damage?
About the same.
It's not good. It's not good.
Wonderful. As he's continuing to run. And
love the optimism.
He looks up at the Emerald Palace. He says, they'll be fine. They have their own evacuation plan. They'll be protected for now. We need to get to the Undercity, but we also need to get as many people down there as possible. Do you know anything about this dragon?
Yes, we know that it is from the Shadowfell, and we know that it's been corrupted by an entity by the name of the Demogorgon. The Deep Father is what they also call him. This is a lot to put on you right now, but we also know that he is connected to a rift that leads into the Shadowfell, and for us to close that rift, we need to kill him. Or break the connection, but looking around at the city, killing him is probably what we're going to have to do.
Are you heading there now? As you guys are still running. And
we're going to get to the Undercity. We're going to take stock with all of you. We're going to figure out our next steps, and then before we can take any next steps to fight the dragon, we desperately need to rest. If we don't, we'll probably die against that dragon.
Fine. That's understandable. Just follow me. And as you guys continue to run through the city, you watch as shadow starts to creep through the cracks of the city. And as the rain is pouring down and the sun seems to be blocked out, you can see, almost like when Lazarus summoned them, in almost a similar fashion, the shadow extends and these creatures extend from the shadow upwards. Two of them extend right in front of Cornelius, and you see in a very quick motion, he grabs both of his blades and swings them in a circular motion, cutting both of them in half, as multiple of these shadow creatures coalesce next to each one of you. And this isn't a combat encounter. This is just showing you what's going on as each of you take your weapons and easily cut down these shadow creatures. As you see, Cornelius was very quick of this. It looked like this is probably not the first time he's run into these things. As he keep moving on, he says, "We need to stay out of the shadows. Those things keep coming up from nowhere. I don't know where they're coming from or what is creating them. Is it the dragon?"
Well, it has to be his connection to the Shadowfell. It's probably pulling these creatures.
Shadowfell, Shadow Dragon, shadows.
And on top of that, the corruption from the Deep Father. I think that might be the root of this cause.
Brianna's shadow pops up right next to you.
Is it like because he said Deep Father? Is it implied that he said that and that it responded to that, or was it just what happened?
It just as you're running through, as you get to these like little pockets of darkness, these shadows pop up, and you have to. Basically, this conversation as you're running is getting broken up as you were having to stop and kill things as you're running through the city.
Okay.
And Cornelius goes, "Sorry, you were saying," as you keep running.
The longer the rift is open, the more these creatures are going to continue to pour out.
And how do we close the rift?
Here's what's over her shoulder. We have to kill the dragon?
Right, sorry, you said that. And you see him, "This way, go, this way," as he's starting to tell the other individuals, all of the civilians around. "Sorry, there's a lot going on." You continue to run through Wall Street towards King's Cross. As you get to King's Cross, there's a couple more of these shadow creatures you have to dispatch. And you do hear in the distance the roars of Umbraxicor, and you feel this thud. As you stop and turn around, you can see Umbraxicor is on the Emerald Dome and smashing it. He's trying to get in. It is slightly caving in, but then going back to form, as you can see this feral beast start to try to destroy this barrier keeping the castle, the palace, intact right now. And Cornelius kind of stops. He kind of gets stunned a little bit. We need to go. They'll be fine. This way." And he brings you to the central monolith of King's Cross. You can see that guards are ushering people down. You can see that a section of the monolith is actually caved in, or not caved in. It had a staircase that has gone down to where the Undercity would be. Is there anything you guys are doing before going into the Undercity, or is just going in?
While we were running, Gak would have been pointing out, like,
The dragon keeps saying someone's name. Is it looking for someone? Does anyone know who that is?
No.
Is he lying?
Passive do you want to make an insight check?
I just.
He responded awfully quick.
Oh, wait. Also, my insight's not great, but it's actually not bad.
Nice.
25. Yeah, you can tell that he has no idea who that is.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
yeah.
Rian would probably say without being too specific, because he doesn't know what Cornelius knows. My best assumption, Gak, is that there are two individuals in the city that I can think of that he may have a connection to, considering their lineage.
That's what I was thinking too.
It might not be a bad idea to message our friend from the Silver Chalice once we get in the Undercity to see if he's doing okay.
I can do it.
The only other thing I was gonna say before we get down there is if we see any people, particularly kids, that are really like trailing behind, Enid would go back and like pick them up and take them.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So, as you do, you go deeper and deeper into the Undercity. And there is immediately, you can start to hear that panicked crowd in the background and that crumbling above, but it becomes muffled. You eventually get down and you start to feel the moisture in the air. As you continue further down, you can start to smell the sewer. But it is also this very eerie sense of comfort as you get deep, deep beneath the city. And you can tell that this has actually been thought out. There are pathways that have been built that don't look like they were just built for a sewer. It looks as though they were specifically built in case of an attack, that they needed to retreat. You can see guards ushering civilians through as you are kind of moving through, kind of pushing past Cornelius, being gentle and trying to be courteous, but you can see very quickly, excuse me, sorry, please move. Sorry, I need to get past, as you kind of continue this large crowd of people trying to get past all of these people. Eventually, you come to a central clearing, a large circular chamber that is completely stone all the way across, that you can already see people are setting up what looks like places to feed people, to extend medical aid. You can see there are very many people that are hurt. This central area that then breaks off into other chambers and other pathways. You can also see Enid. You can see the leader of the guild, of the Thieves Guild, is down there as well. And some of the Thieves Guild is actually helping.
Gotcha.
As things start to slightly calm down, Cornelius looks to all of you and says, all right, that pathway there, and he looks over to the right and points to one of the pathways, that should lead towards the palace. Follow me. We'll try to meet with them halfway. As he starts to walk further down the pathway, you can feel you can hear the roar of the dragon above. You walk for a good 5-10 minutes. You can still hear the destruction above. And eventually, down one of the dark corridors around the corner, you can see torchlight. As you are walking towards it, you see the Golden Company, accompanied by the Queen and the Council. As she runs over to all of you and says, thank you for coming so quickly. Is everyone safe? Are you all right?
We're doing about as well as we can. It has been a long day. We've already lost some good people, and it's heartbreaking to see the state of the city.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry we're meeting like this on these terms, but I'm glad you came to the aid.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
What do we do?
Well, I think first things first, over the next couple of hours, we need to do what we can to get as many people into the Undercity as possible, which is good. That's what you're already doing. And then I think the best thing we can do, instead of taking rash actions, is we need to stop and breathe. Think. Rest for just a moment. Get our stamina back. And then tomorrow, we hit that dragon with everything we've got. A coordinated attack from the city, from the guard, from the mages, from us. And I think all of our strengths combined, we can bring it down.
You see the master of war, the Grand Marshal, Garen Tigerhawk, speaks up and says, right, I agree with this plan. We need to grab our bearings, but mostly we need to make sure that our civilians get to the Undercity as quickly as possible. How do we go about monitoring this, Cornelius? Well, there are guards stationed at all of the exits and entrances. They should be, as per plans, escorting individuals into the Undercity. I don't know and do not have a casualty report as of now. Things are too fresh. And you see Cornelius kind of stop. And I've forgotten some things. Fuck. Right, well, the thing we need to know most is to get the civilians into the Undercity. And he looks to the party. Is there anything that you can do now, or do you need to rest?
I can help with assisting getting people down here.
I
I'll
can
do
as
what
well.
I can provide medical aid if needed.
Rianne, do you think that we should try to go to sleep sooner? I know that the other four don't have to sleep as long as we do.
That's a good point, Gak, actually. Here. Enid, I don't exactly know what you plan to do out there, but you'll at least be able to move around faster with this if you are running an open area. And he'll kind of take off the bracelet that has Hikari in it and give it to her, just in case you need to get out faster.
Okay.
Gak, you're right. Just be safe out there.
And like Basil said, her and I can go around and try to do as much medical assistance as possible.
Right. There are specific things that if you could do would help out tremendously.
Of course.
And you see as Cornelius is kind of thinking and trying to think of the things that are most important at the time, Orion does walk forward and says, I can buy us some time if you need it. The citizens, I can buy them time. Possibly even drive the dragon away.
How exactly?
He looks towards you, Yrsa, and you see his head kind of bends down just slightly, and you can see the eyes of a reptile. Ever so faintly. I'm very proficient with handling dragons.
How's your brother?
Is he not at the Sapphire Chalice?
The
There is
Sapphire
no
Chalice.
Sapphire
is
Chalice.
gone.
It's gone. I do need to get in contact. Does he know about Marathol? I'm assuming he just like knows.
Yeah, Marathol is his brother. Like, legit brother.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
You see... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to contact Marathol. See if he's all right. Let him know we're here.
Please. Please let me know he's all right. You see the treasurer, Alexander Zabroza, speak up and says, has anyone seen Alanis? You see the queen. She's not... And they look back and... I thought she was back by now, but she's not here. She was at Port Whitestone doing her monthly check-in with the tradesmen, the sailors. And you remember Alanis Jokas, the trademaster, the Genasi, you notice now is not with them. Right. Cornelius speaks up. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Cornelius speaks up and says, okay. Well, there are three things that are most important at this time. Number one is retrieving Alanis. If she's still alive, she would be in Port Whitestone. Two is heading back to the stockades. There is a defense mechanism that the city has. The statues that line the walls of Eldin are actually golems waiting to be activated. In my office, there is a switch that activates said golems. With all of these shadow creatures, it would be good to have those golems around to take care of them. Or third, the Golden Company has a stash in the barracks of weapons that are proficient in dragon killing. Arrows, swords, javelins. We have been stocking up for months with the help of the Dagram Empire in the case that Valamine was to attack us. As they do have dragon riders, well, it seems like this is the best place to use it now. I can do one of these with the help of some guards. I just need your help with at least one of the others.
Yeah, Enid would be able to help. Gideon, did you say you were able to assist, or are you tapped?
I mean, he's getting low, but he'll help. Gideon doesn't want to just do nothing.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
and like Yursa, hit point wise, is at full. She just doesn't have a lot of spell slots, so she can help too.
Because like,
Same.
if you and Basil were healing, Gideon and Enid can go do another task together on the back of Hikari, like quickly, and then nap time for the other boys.
Nap time.
Nap time.
So like, what
Disease.
if Basil and Yursa went towards the stockades? Because like, if people are injured, they probably are gonna instinct go there, because like guards can help them? Question mark. And then they can flip the switch, and then Enid and Gideon head towards the port, and the boys sleep. Does that sound
Me?
silly?
No, I think it
Okay.
makes sense.
Okay.
That works.
I don't know if there's any right answers ever, but
Yeah, and
Who
then he
knows,
can.
I mean,
dude?
Cornelius
we're
and his
against a
guards
literal
can
dragon,
go,
I think.
and then they
Yeah.
can go to the Golden Company to get the weapons.
yeah, Cornelius can do that.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a real quick question. In the Orb of the Protector, I have the spell Aid.
Mm-hmm.
I know I cast it already this day. I can cast it 4 times, but if I cast it on the same person, would it increase their hit points and regain them 5 hit points again?
It gives them temporary hit points, right?
No. So, well, yeah, for 8 hours, you heal 5 hit points, but it also increases your hit point maximum by 5 for the 8 hours. It
I think.
doesn't
I
say
mean, yeah, you
anything
could
about not
you
being
could
able to
use it
use
again on the
vegetable.
same person. Yeah, it just wouldn't stack, so it would just repeat
Okay.
the ability.
Well, before everyone splits off, Gak's gonna use that twice, I guess, to make sure that the other 4 people have an additional 5 to their maximum hit points.
Thank you.
Don't worry about Basil, she's good.
Thank you. So
He did it to Basil.
5.
You have 5 extra maximum hit points now.
Okay. I'm just
And
gonna.
Gak's
put it-
going to sleep anyway, so it's not like
Yeah.
he's saving it for anything.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
true.
And it
So
doesn't
I
even cast a
just-
spell slot.
What do I put in?
Whatever your hit point maximum is, it's now 5 more.
Okay, do I add any health?
You gain that 5 as well.
Okay, so if
I'm just marking it as 5 temp HP for now, and just
Yeah.
remembering I have 5 more HP.
You
Is
can
how
just put
I'm
it
doing
down
it.
as 5, yeah.
and so just add 5 to my current HP.
Just click the button that says temp,
Okay.
and then you can type in 5
Oh,
there.
there
That
it
works.
is. Okay, found it.
But yeah, Gak will do that, and then he's also, as they're all splitting up, he's going to, because Enid has Hikari, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to cast, oh no, that doesn't work. Okay, that's it. Or he'll
Okay.
cast, yeah, why not? He'll cast True Seeing on Gideon.
Ooh.
So Gideon can see things that are invisible for an hour.
Oh, sick.
I'm just giving you guys everything.
Doesn't hurt.
Okay.
So
So-
Cornelius.
Yes.
Sorry. If you could do me a favor, we'll keep our eyes peeled, but if you or any of your men, while you're out, if you find any piece of that dragon, scale, fingernail, even some blood, if you find any part of him, bring it back to me. Can you do
All
Will
that?
do.
Yes, we can do that.
All right. Thank you.
So just so I understand, we're two people. Who's staying back underneath the city?
The non-elves, Rian and Gak,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
because they need 4 extra hours of sleep for a long rest.
Okay. So Basil, Enid, Gideon, and Yursa are heading out,
Mhm.
and you're
Two different
splitting into teams of
directions.
2s.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Orion looks to all of you. Looks towards Basil and says, "I'm going to send my brother a message. Do not worry about it."
Are you sure?
Oh, whoops.
As he immediately casts a spell, you hear, "Merithil, are you alive? Are you safe? Respond now." As you see his ears perk up. Good. He's alive and safe. He's in Siri.
Good. Oh. Well, good.
You see him cast another spell. Aeldon is under siege by a dragon known as Umbraxicor. Your tavern's been destroyed. You see his ears perk up again. You see a slight smirk on his face. He is not pleased with that information.
Fair.
Ask him if we can use that room. No, I'm just kidding.
In an instant, you hear as a portal opens, and walking out is Merithil. "Excuse me, my tavern is destroyed?"
Wasn't us.
Well, in
Oh.
half the city.
Oh,
There's a dragon
yes,
here.
Of
as
course,
your
yes, the
brother
dragon,
mentioned.
the dragon.
Yes.
But my tavern has been destroyed.
Oh,
Leveled, yeah.
yes, your tavern and many lives.
Fucker! As you see him turn around and go, and he starts to walk in a direction that is out of the Undercity. As Orion grabs him and says, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to kill this fucking dragon. What do you mean? He destroyed my tavern." All right. As Orion just lets him go. Are you guys doing anything?
Merithil, I understand that you are upset right now, understandably so. It was a beautiful building and a wonderful establishment. However, this isn't a normal dragon. He's been infused with magic from the Demogorgon. We were thinking it would be best to do this as a combined effort as a team tomorrow, after we've had time to rest. Please.
A coordinated attack would probably be best in this situation. Like Rian said, this dragon is from the Shadowfell and it's channeling a lot of power. It's connected to a rift, and the longer that it's here, the more creatures are going to continue to come from it, and it isn't as simple as walking up to it and cutting it down. It will take all of us.
The whole time he has stopped, his back has been turned towards all of you. He slowly turns around. Has my tavern been all the way destroyed? Like, I could not build it back. I have to rebuild the whole thing?
Well, you're going to have to
Yes.
build most of it back, but
Oh.
think about it. Better than ever. It's a clean slate. You can do whatever you want with it now. Think about all the pet peeves you maybe had about the last building, and how
That
you know
is
how to
true. There
avoid
was
them.
there was some rickety boards, and there was some columns that I did not like the colors. They did clash a little bit.
Nerithal, I love you and your beautiful sapphire chalice. But
Thank
there's a literal dragon flying around, and we have things we have to do. I'm so sorry about your place, but we will help you build it. We have to go. And she's gonna grab Yursa's hand and start going.
Yeah, he goes with Basil.
does have a point.
Fine, fine, fine.
But
And
we would love your help when we're all ready.
you, as you guys head out, the Gak and Rian staying behind. You hear slightly as you're walking out. Well, I guess that's what insurance is for. As you continue to walk out, and Orion just sighing heavily.
The bank
As
is also destroyed, man. Your insurance is gone.
no, as all of you walk out, Orion pulls Rian and Gak to the side. This dragon's name, Braxical, right? You heard that as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is best that we do a coordinated attack. I'm familiar with this dragon. How long ago was he released from the Shadowfell?
Hours, maybe.
Yeah, probably
In the
less than 2.
in the rift, what is its state?
Chaotic.
Not good. It's in the Sunless Marsh.
And the Rift Warden it was tied to has sadly died. So the only thing keeping it from being unable to be closed is Umbraxicor.
So we have to kill it.
I think so, yes.
Is there any way to not kill him?
If we somehow could get him not being controlled by the Demogorgon, and then untethering him from the rift, but we don't. We haven't done that yet. We don't fully know, and besides, it's. I mean, when you're under control by the Demogorgon, it's kind of hard to break that, even with a normal person.
You can see that there is definitely conflict on Orion's face. Very well. We will discuss this further later. Please, help set up a perimeter. Make sure everyone is secured. And once that's done, I'll make sure that you're not bothered during your rest.
Thank you. Also, this is just a theory, but if we did kill Umbraxicor and then we somehow tried to resurrect him, do you think he would still be controlled by the Demogorgon after that, or?
I think that I have not seen the magic that is tethered to him, so I do not know. If this is a pact, then no. But I do not know what controls him.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would like to be resurrected.
Yeah. Okay.
Very well. Thank you. As Orion steps away and goes with the Golden Company and all of the council that are huddled up, Marathil crying in the corner about his tavern. As Enid, Basil, Gideon, and Yrsa break out from the Undercity. You once again hear sounds. Cornelius, with his array of guards, looks to all of you and says, "Good luck. Be safe.
You too.
Let's go." As he starts to run in the direction of the Golden Company's barracks that are in the tunnel underneath the palace. You can see right now, you can hear the roars of the dragon. You can hear rubble and things breaking. But it is covered. The city is covered in shadow. You can see that there are bodies of people and guards not too far out of King's Cross. As Enid and Basil, you're going to Port Whitestone, right?
I think it's Enid and Gideon and Basil and Yrsa because
Okay.
it's healing squad, rescue squad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Enid and Gideon, as you head out of King's Cross towards Southgate, you can see very many bodies disemboweled, the eyes removed. You can see that these shadow creatures are terrorizing through this section of the city. You don't see any instances of the dragon having landed here or doing any damage. It seems like most of his focus has been the college and the palace
Okay.
in that northern section of the city currently.
We did get out Hikari, so we're speeding through to get to Port
Okay.
Whitestone as well.
Okay. And as you are speeding through, as the shadow starts to take over, you watch as you are stopped. In front of you, there are many of these shadow creatures, and one that starts to coalesce with more shadow rises, a larger version of these creatures. As the two of you
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
I would like to place your tokens.
Yeah, I was like, I assume we're on this side. All right,
You're
Ryan.
in the center.
Oh, we're in the center.
Oh, we're surrounded.
Yes.
Woohoo! I think Enid's gonna go.
Awesome.
As she'll like lean over her shoulder since they're. I think they're both on Hikari. She'll say, "Never thought I'd miss seeing Ishna."
Yeah.
Oh, wrong one. I would like the two of you to roll for initiative.
Okay. Initiative.
Oh, I didn't activate the encounter. That's cool of me.
Does that mean I get to roll again?
Sure.
Is it ready? Is it ready now?
Yeah, it's ready now.
Okay. Better.
Cool.
We're keeping Gideon's 25 though.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not re-rolling.
So because we split the party, Yrsa and Basil, as you are running through the streets, running through King's Cross, through Wall Street, as you get to the Golden Market, shrouded in darkness, these shadow creatures surround you.
God damn it.
All right, Yrsa, we got this. We got this, Queen.
The
The weirdest pair to battle together, oddly enough.
Nah, you guys are gonna be fine.
Nah, does yours have wild
Go ahead.
shape?
I do.
Let's go. Easy.
Wait,
Oh, I
did
didn't
you
have a
initiate?
combat encounter. No,
Oh,
I didn't.
you know
I'll
what?
have to
I
roll
guess I'll
again.
have to fucking roll again.
Yeah.
Do you have it initiated now?
Yep.
Okay, let me just, roll for the first time. There we go.
Not so much better, really.
No.
You're in the same place on the turn order that you would have been otherwise.
Damn.
So first up,
God damn.
Sobs.
You need to add Gideon to the initiative.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Why is Gideon not on the turn?
Bro,
what'd you get?
get
25.
Nice.
Wait,
Not
John,
re-rolling.
Can you also do that thing where we can see both maps at the same time? Apologies.
Yeah. You got
Just so
25.
Yeah.
How do I do this?
Okay. This is where
all
I
players.
can't
Can you see it?
stress crochet. I have to actually stress cry and look at my character sheet.
You guys can see them?
Yes,
Yeah, I
thank
see
you.
it.
Oh, I did not mean to kill you, Gideon. My bad.
That was the cost
Gideon.
of seeing both maps.
Yeah. Gideon, you're up first. Let's
All
go ahead and
right.
stand up.
Let's see here. Ba-ba-ba. All right. A little bit behind the main Shadow Commander guy or whatever they're called.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Sickening Radiance.
Okay.
I believe it'll be centered right here, so it doesn't affect us.
What's the range? Or the
It's
radius?
a 30-foot radius.
Nice.
I think I measured
Sick.
that correctly.
You could probably
That's-
move it one more forward and get the.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
guy
can
right
we do
here.
one more forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
Wait,
Oh, and
No.
then one over.
there we go. Yeah, Gideon's smart. He'd know where
I
to
just
put it.
imagine Gideon places it and he's like, wait.
Wait, no, not there.
Wait.
Wait,
He's just
one
kinda
more
looking
over
over, he's
again
like,
because
wait a
it's
minute,
still
wait a
not.
minute,
It's still
wait a
not.
minute.
Okay,
in
the-
the,
It's
the
still
thing
not.
keeps changing, I swear.
Well, one more.
There we
There we go. There we go.
Hey, let's go, dude.
So yeah, when they start their turns in it, they'll need to make a con saving throw.
Okay.
And then we're gonna quicken spell a firebolt at the guy immediately to my left.
Okay. This guy?
Yeah.
Cool.
And where's there? Where is? Sorry, make that Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was a nat one. I was like, I hate my life.
It hits.
Boom, 10 points of damage.
Okay. As you hit it with the Ray of Frost, you do notice it doesn't do as much damage as you thought it would.
Ah, well, what can you do? And then, Gideon and Enid have fought on many occasion. So he knows how she likes to fight and kind of go in for that kind of stuff. So he's going to move over there. So he's within 5 feet of the creature.
Oh, bless.
So you hop off a Kari and run over there, and you're like, "Hey,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what Gideon does. Hey.
Yep. hey!"
Perfect.
All right, is that your turn?
That will be it for his turn.
All
Wait,
right,
one second,
this
I'll
one's going. Oh wait, on the start of his turn, right?
Boom. Yep. Con saving throw.
Natural 20. Does he take half
half?
damage?
Silvery barbs.
You son bitch. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Natural
no, you
20.
didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I'm the only person that when you have roll disadvantage, you get 2 nat 20s on. This is the 3rd time in the campaign it's happened. I'm keeping track.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
There's
Oh, what's the
something about
damage?
That is crazy,
DMs
though.
getting nat 20s in Foundry.
the worst.
Just saying.
Well, I
feel
guess
like
those
that
could,
should be illegal.
I guess that could have been
True.
2 attacks. So jokes on you, John.
That's true. That's true.
And
what's
no,
the damage?
it's a save or suck, so it takes you
Oh,
no
okay.
damage.
Oh.
All right, so it's gonna move over to Enid,
Well, because if they get hit, it's really good.
and
Yeah.
it's going to strength drain.
Ugh, no, I'm
Uh-oh.
not a strong woman.
Yes, you are.
You're strong.
21 to hit.
hits.
21 to hit.
21. Mm-hmm.
21. You take 9 points of necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by
1?
2.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna track that over here. That's not good, guys. That's really
What-
bad.
What's your strength right now?
Is now at an 8.
What's the score?
-1.
Okay. Cool. That's its turn. Where's the shadow?
That's really bad.
This one's gonna move over here. It's gonna take an attack at you for strength drain, Gideon.
Okay.
6 to hit. It does not. As it tries to
Doesn't
grab out
miss.
at you, you dodge it. The next shadow needs to make a con save. 10.
That's a fail.
Hell yeah, it is.
So that's going to be 40-10 radiant damage. Yeah. Wow, that was poopy damage. 13.
26 damage is what's dealt to this creature.
Yeah.
As you just hear it pop and be destroyed immediately.
Oh.
Okay.
Good.
I didn't
Enid,
have to
you're
use
up.
the after effects.
Nope.
Okay, Enid is going to disengage as a bonus action. Come over here. Did this one? Wait. This one's got a turn coming. No, this one has a turn coming up. Okay. And we're gonna sneak attack with the psionic blades with Erethol's blessing or Airleft's blessing to make it radiant damage.
Okay.
Because she saw how good sickening radiance worked. So.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's not good, but I have a thing. I'm gonna use
Would
my...
it make you happy that that actually still hits?
Oh, it does? Okay, then I
Yeah.
won't do my thing. Perfect. Sneak attack damage! With radiant damage on top of that.
Yeah.
So the psychic damage is radiant damage, the sneak attack is just sneak damage.
So 22, 42 points of damage.
Is it dead?
As it
Okay.
pops out of existence.
Good. Okay. Then we're gonna move here and attack this one.
Go down for the
Alright.
flanking.
What? You're right. I know how to play this game.
Go ahead and attack.
All right. Okay.
Yep, that hits. Roll damage.
Yeah,
Is
and
this with the
one-
radiant blade still?
That's still with radiant ones, so just the 6 damage.
So
radiant.
12. Oh, I did not mean to move you. It is almost dead. You see its form is shifting and sputtering out, but it is still there.
Flanking doesn't add any damage, though, right?
No, just a d6 to your roll.
That's what I thought. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. This shadow is going to move over here and flank you.
Ooh.
It is going to attack you with its strength drain.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
You take 18 points of necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by a d4. It's reduced by 1.
I thought you were trying to tell me it was a 4, and I was like, oh god. Okay. Enid
What's it at
looks...
now? You're at a 7, right?
7, yeah. Enid looks withered, Gideon.
I love
It is
Withers.
now.
He was my homie.
This shadow's turn. Saving throw for it.
Mm-hmm.
9. So go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh. Roll better this time, I command it. Barely. Come on, get above the halfway mark.
Doesn't matter.
I
With a
know, but
sickening
it's the
pop,
principle.
It's destroyed. It is now the Shadow Demon's turn. Con save. Sickening Radiance doing some work, dude.
God bless.
16.
Fail.
Okay. Roll damage.
Nice.
Oh, finally someone showed up to work today.
Wait, what is that damage?
52 if you're doubling it.
Pop, motherfucker!
He
Let's
has
go!
53 HP.
It pops. It had 50 HP.
Boom, bitch.
God damn. All right. So now it's this one's turn. That felt like Baldur's Gate. That felt like you casted something and then it went to each turn. They died and then it just kept going to the next person.
Yeah.
All right, strength. Oh wait, did this one already go?
That one already went because it attacked Enid.
Gideon, you're up.
All right.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I apologize. We're over here.
Ah.
Double combat, remember? So it is this shadow's turn. I don't know if you guys. It's going to move over here to Basil and strength drain. Does 13 hit?
It don't.
All right. That one's turn. This one is going to move over to Basil. Strength drain. 19 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. She has her wit. She doesn't need.
So, Basil, you would normally take 9 points of necrotic damage. However, you have vulnerability to necrotic damage.
Oh,
so you
listen,
take
we
18
did
points.
this so raw, girl. The two fucking girlies who have... That was, okay,
You take 18 points of necrotic damage.
How much?
18. And your strength is drained by 2. So your total score, whatever it is, keep track of it, subtract 2 from it.
Cool.
Something happens if you reach 0. This one's going to move over here.
Don't let it
Am
hit
I
0.
able to? Oh, I can't. So now my strength is at 8.
All right, Yursa, you're getting attacked for a 22 to hit. All right, strength drain.
We done fucked up.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's max damage. So that is numbers. 28 points of necrotic damage. You take. That was already doubled. It was 14. And your strength score is reduced by 1.
It's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna keep...
Basil, you're up.
It's okay. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is be smart about this. You're gonna be smart. Spell slot wise. So, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. I guess let's just start with
Wait.
the ones.
Do you have Spirit Guardians prepared?
Um,
Sorry, not to step in. I was just curious.
I can.
You might want to
That's a
before your
fifth
strength is
level.
0.
I know.
Because that will hit so many more targets and double the damage instead of just one good guiding bolt.
You will turn into a Beyblade.
You right.
Let it rip.
Let it rip.
Okay.
Just start fucking pirouetting and twirling and just.
Okay. I will, or I could do Spirit Guardians.
That's what.
Wait, is that?
That's what he said.
You know, honestly, guys, that's a really good idea, but I think I
had
should
thought about
do the
that.
exact same thing.
I believe
You should Spirit
Put
Guardians.
it like that.
I could
thought you said
Spirit
spirit
Guardians.
weapon.
No. That's honestly,
No,
that's
Spirit
your idea,
Guardian.
Rachel. You should go with your idea, not ours.
Alternate
That's so
idea.
funny. No,
you
not
could
spiritual
do
weapon.
You could do Spirit Guardians if you want.
Okay,
No,
we'll
Nick,
do-
I like Rachel's idea better.
That's fair.
I'll do Spirit Guardians.
All right, what's the radius of Spirit Guardians? Is it 30?
Whoa!
It
Spirit
is-
Guardians.
What is it?
Range area is 15 feet radius.
Okay.
It'd
I
be
just
fun
thought
if
you
you
were trying
used
to
them.
30
steal
rate.
Felisty's idea.
It'd be fun if you like Beybladed around with them.
Only a deal.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
There
Okay.
you go.
And I'm gonna cast this
hold
at
on.
4th level because I don't have.
Jesus
a
Christ. Okay. What level is Spirit Guardians normally? Third?
Spirit Guardians
Yes.
3rd, but I don't have any 3rd levels left. I got 1 4th level and 2 5th. And then a shit
Slay.
ton of 1st.
So, As you
Those are
cast
cool.
Spirit Guardians, a flock of spiritual ravens start to coalesce and spin around you rapidly, attacking and pecking at all of these shadow creatures around you. Is it when they step in?
Yeah,
How does
here,
Spirit
let
Guardians
me-
work?
Let me put it up for you.
I think it's when they
I just-
enter and when they end their turn.
No, that's not display. No. I'm sorry. I'm rolling a bunch. I'm just trying to fucking display this.
It worked. So if you hit the carrot,
Did it?
it's down there. Yep.
That is spiritual weapon.
I just meant to display it.
But we want spirit guardians.
Spirit Guardians, not Spirit.
I'm gonna kill it.
I believe in you.
Okay.
I just imagine all of these spiritual guardians have a spiritual weapon in their hand.
all the ravens have razor blades glued onto them.
Well, no, Basil's spiritual weapon is a flock of ravens, so all of the ravens have more ravens.
Yeah, yeah.
But in their
All right.
hand.
In their
It's
hand. It's just
literally
they're
turning
holding
into birds.
they're holding ravens and they're throwing them. All right. Here we go.
When the
let's
creature
see.
enters or starts its turn there, it must make a
Cool.
wisdom save.
So go ahead,
Yeah.
Basil, roll for me 4d8.
4d8. Alright.
Huge damage.
It really is once I double it. You deal
That-
36 points of radiant damage to these creatures, and it's immediately as these radiant spiritual guardians appear, 1, 2, 3 of these
Nice.
creatures immediately die and pop out of existence. Is that your turn?
Yeah. I don't think I
Alright.
can do anything. That's a
You could,
yeah. It's just a one spell slot.
but if you wanted to walk into the range of the other two, because it goes with you, and you have your move at speed, so you could just run around and kill everybody.
That's true. You
Oh,
could
that's
just
true.
Walk at them.
Okay, let's go toward
Actually, you might be able to kill everybody this round if you wanted to.
this. It's true.
Queen.
So I'm gonna.
How much movement do you
Move.
have? 30?
I have not moved.
Yeah,
know.
so
So
she has her
let me
full
walk
movement
right
speed.
here first to get this guy.
If Basil kills all, roll 4d8. If Basil kills all of these in the first round,
You
That's how
might
we knew.
win.
That's
It's in
how
the
we knew we
highlight.
sent the right team.
Yeah, yeah. Have no fear.
36, 32. I know math.
It was like, that's not
that
right.
one's destroyed.
Okay. and
Now
then
you still
she's
have
gonna-
25 feet of movement.
Charge!
So I'm gonna
Go,
walk
girl!
over here. Does it get the other guy? No. I'll just walk right
Just
up to
walk
this
right
one.
up to him. I'm running for you,
The ball
motherfuckers!
4d8. Roll 4d8.
Okay. Why is it hot?
It's because all the spiritual weapons. That's why.
There's no fucking. There's no way. There's no fucking.
Yes! Basil cooked! Yes!
Beyblade, Beyblade,
Beyblade,
Beyblade,
Beyblade.
Is it on the start of its turn?
Yep.
Or the
It's
end
when
of
they
its turn?
enter
It's when
and
they enter
start.
and the start.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? This is what I did in Baldur's Gate too. When I was in like the Shadowlands, I just always had it around me and I'd just be walking around.
Just keep it up
Basil.
as you guys keep walking, you
Basil,
know?
at the end of your turn, roll another 4d8 as the shadow demon is still alive, barely. But it starts its turn in your spirit guardian, so
If you
now
roll
it takes
4
more.
ones, I think it's still dead.
That's awesome.
Ursa blinked and they were gone.
Basil,
Nice encounter, John.
Basil. I would like you to describe how Basil looks and like her whole demeanor as she gets attacked by these shadows and then immediately conjures spirit guardians and just walks the battlefield and kills everything. Like literally every single. You killed 6 creatures in one turn. So what does that look like? How epic is
So-
this moment?
And it's so funny because in my head I feel like it's kind of so lackluster. I think per the summary, she is just very over it. She's pissed. She wants a nap. She's tired of people dying. So she would have summoned spiritual guardians and then literally just like walk. She's like, I'm tired of this shit. And so she's gonna walk towards, the ones that were inside of her circle already. Then she'll walk towards the one that was outside of it. And then she'll turn around and just like, you can tell in a literary way when you see someone's eyes just burning from anger. And then she stalks towards the other ones and just lets them die as well.
Yeah. So as you cast Spirit Guardians and start walking around, Yursa, as you are readying a spell, Basil just looks to you and starts walking in the direction of your objective, not paying mind to the shadow creatures as she just walks to each one as she walks. Just continuing to walk, kind of leaving you about 10 feet behind as she's like, we have a place to go here, so let's go, and just continues to walk, killing them all in succession.
Yeah, Yursa picks up her skirts and just, yeah, let's go.
All right,
Like, I
so
got
that
you,
was
baby.
cool. Back to this one where
I'm
no one has
sorry,
spirit
guys.
guardians. Gideon, you're up.
Gideon and I thought we were doing extra fire, but we showed up a little bit, so
We did get shown up a little bit.
You felt it. For some reason, you felt like you were shown up. In
we got
combat
to
just
step
now.
up our game, Gideon. Come on.
All right, don't worry, I got this.
Okay.
All right,
I feel like my girlfriend's
We-
kicking ass, but I'm not
we-
sure.
I mean, she's always kicking ass, but
we're gonna twin vortex warp this guy and this guy right into the middle of that sickening radiance.
It's a what save?
That is a great question that I should have had prepared, or I should just
Mhm.
memorize the spell by now.
That's true. You've used it a lot.
Con!
Con? All right.
Con!
All right. All right. All right. All right. So it's a fail on the first one. Fail on the second one. Okay.
Cool.
Which
both
one-
stuck
what
in the
other
middle
one?
of that. The one that's beneath Enid.
Okay. Is it when they start their turn here, or
Start their turn. I think it's just start their turn. When a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time, or starts its turn there, I'll let you decide how that works.
well, were they both in it already?
No, no one that's been in it has survived.
That's the same as the
Okay.
Beyblade.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
Wait, they have to make a con save, don't they?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Fail. Fail. Roll damage. So, Gideon, as you feel a disturbance in the force, that someone is doing more than you in combat, someone just killed 6 creatures while you're still handling some, you cast Vortex Warp and shove these creatures into the Sickening Radiance, and they both disappear.
Yep. Bonus action. Quicken spell. We're gonna shocking grasp this guy.
As you Vortex Warp them, you turn around and grab the creature. Go ahead. How
Yeah,
does that
man.
work? I don't know.
What do you mean? You just explained
Is it an
it.
attack? Is it an attack? Yeah, yep.
Yeah, it's an attack roll. 17. I mean, I get flanking, but I think
That hits.
17's enough. Cool.
That hits.
11 points of damage.
Gideon, how do you want this thing to die?
Yeah, I think he Vortex Warps, kind of points them behind, and then he just turns with his hand just full of lightning. He just grabs it by the throat, and just like before he even slams him into the ground, he just like disappears into shadow.
And with that, Combat.
And then he fixes his jacket.
Enid also picks up her skirts. And it's like,
Combat comes to a close.
Gideon and
Hikari just
Basil.
is standing there like,
Friends.
what the fuck just happened?
we get back
So-
on Hikari.
Let's go.
Back to this. Second. Okay. So, as that happens, the two parties picking up and heading in the direction they are needed. Basil and Yrsa, you will get to the stockades and see that a majority of the people have been routed away. You do have to kill a couple more of these shadow creatures, but Basil, walking in a straight line, just disintegrates all of them. As you get to the stockades and you go into the jail and find Cornelius's office, both of you make an investigation check. As you guys are scattering around papers, not really. I assume you're not being gentle about this. You're just trying to find it so you can get out, right?
Yeah, we're
Correct.
throwing shit and
Okay.
stuff.
So, were you gonna say something, Kayla?
I just said correct.
Okay, cool. So as you're throwing things around, you eventually, Basil, you do see underneath the desk is this box that is kind of attached to the top, and that box has a little lever to the side that as you release it, you can see it falls down, and underneath is a switch that you can kind of pull towards you. As you pull that, you hear this electricity and gears start to turn. And Yerso, on the other side of the desk, you see electricity get jolted into the floor. Arcane runes kind of spread out from the floor and then dissipate. And there's this rumbling that all of you feel. This... And then it stops. And outside of the stockades, nearest towards you, Yersa and Basil, you can hear. And as you leave the stockades, running out to see what is going on, you do see that the walls of Eldon were lined with statues, art. Those statues have come to life and are now protecting the citizens of Eldon. So you've completed your task.
Ooh.
Are you heading back towards the Undercity, or where are you heading?
I know Basil's gonna actually want to cast Sending to her sister.
Okay.
Just, like, here's what's going on. TTYL, maybe.
Okay.
I feel like we probably should make our way back to the Undercity and not try to do anything extra just to be safe seas. But, like, obviously, if we see people on the way, we still want to help them.
Okay. So, you continue back towards the Undercity. You hear wings flapping nearby as you start to run and usher people towards the Undercity. You can see cresting through the sky, the clouds and shadow is Umbraxicor again, as the green bubble around the palace is dimmed. As he dies down and crashes into the bubble once more, you see that the dragon is still here terrorizing, but trying to get into the palace. You still have time. You're not having to worry about this dragon attacking you currently, but you start running towards King's Cross. As we go back to Enid and Gideon, from Southgate, you run towards Port Whitestone, and you can see it is horrible. The ships that were in the port are destroyed and have sunk to the bottom. You can see the masts sticking out of the water for where the ships were. You can see multiple of these markets and buildings destroyed. The bridge that goes across Port Whitestone is sundered and destroyed, seemingly on Braxicor, cutting off people leaving through the port. I would like both of you to make perception or investigation.
Guidance.
Ooh, I have advantage with investigation checks, but a +6 with perception. But you gave me guidance, or you gave yourself guidance?
I gave it to myself. I should have given it to you.
No, it's all good. I think I'll try investigation just because I get advantage with it.
Okay.
It didn't fucking matter.
Okay. How long do you want to stay here to try to find Atlantis?
I mean, until we find her or things get too risky, right? Like, we're both still in a good spot.
Yeah, we're okay.
I don't think I have any ability thing to help with, but if I do, probably not. That's not something Enid would have. I guess
Okay.
you could reach out to Moon and see if Moon knows, but.
So, are we saying less than an hour? Like 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
Ooh, I mean, what do you think? 15 to 30 minutes?
I was gonna say, I think if we can't find her after 30 minutes, it might just be like,
You might be dead.
yeah, we can't be here forever. She might not have stayed here for all we know. So,
Yeah.
can we do something to try to enhance our rolls?
Unless you have something to enhance your rolls, no.
Well, yeah, I have something. I
Okay.
was just wondering if
What
I
do
could
you-
have another chance.
You can make a perception check because you already made an investigation.
Fine, I cast enhance ability to give myself
Okay.
advantage on wisdom checks.
Okay.
Watch me fucking fail.
I might have something I can add to my check too. Let me see.
Okay, well, it's just rolling twice. Oh my god, come on. There we go. There we go. There's the advantage kicking in.
Okay. So you spend the better part of 15 minutes searching around for Atlantis, searching around for survivors, which you do find some. You send them on their way towards the Undercity, which would be actually close by that you would know of, Enid, through that elven
Right.
statue. You eventually make it towards where the Bannered Mare was, the tavern that all of you have stayed at. It is very much destroyed. There is, as you go down this pathway, there is a building in the back that looks more regal, more well created, a possible hall of sorts. And at the 20-minute mark, and you've had to fight off a couple of shadow creatures during this time. Because you guys stayed so long, I will say you're both going to take 5 points of necrotic damage from just residual hits from these shadow creatures.
Mhm.
I need both of you to make what was it? Con saves? I don't remember. Oh, there was no save.
Well, I lost.
I'll say both of your strength is drained by 1.
Okay.
But I passed.
Yeah, but there was no save. But eventually, as you go towards this town hall of sorts, you do see it is mostly caved in, a lot of rubble inside. But with your perception, Gideon, you can hear a slight. Hello, is anyone there? Please.
Enid.
You hear.
Coming.
You see underneath rubble is Alanis Jokas, the trade master. Oh, it's you two. The predicament I am in. Could you please get these things off of me?
How much is on her?
It's a decent. It's. You can see her leg is crushed. It looks like one of the columns that hold up the roof fell down, and about 20% of it is like on her legs.
Hang on a second, Enid. Gideon's gonna cast telekinesis, which he can pick up something up that's up to 1,000 pounds, and he's just gonna lift it up with his magic.
Okay. So you cast telekinesis and start to move the rubble off. You can hear her wincing as you can see that one of her legs is completely crushed, destroyed.
We can
But-
get her on Hikari though.
Yes. So as you kind of help her up, she says, thank you so much. Where is the council okay? Is the queen okay?
In the Undercity, which there's an entrance over here. We should probably just is the Undercity all connected? Could we not just go into the Undercity at the entrance here and then travel back in safety?
Yeah.
Okay, we should do that then.
Gonna throw a quick Hail Mary out there. Just before we leave, since we do have evidence that Umbraxicor did attack this place, and I know that he's been shot at, there's been spells, does Gideon see any remnants of the dragon at all?
Currently, right now, no. I mean, you can see remnants of it. The destruction, you can see a breath weapon was used here.
But no parts of him, no blood
parts of
splatter,
him.
no nothing like
No.
that. Okay.
You have, as you've been running through the city and watching the dragon, you've noticed that a lot of that's been thrown at him, spells, arrows, all of that of sorts, is like ricocheted off of his armor-like skin.
Jeez. All right. Let's go.
However, as you make your way out with Alanis, you hear a rumbling as you watch outside of the door. You can see that there is a couple of individuals who have gotten onto a dinghy and started to row, trying to get out of the port with the very small sections there are of the bridge that's not taking up where they can escape. And as you get out of the door, you feel the ground rumble, and you can see the tail of Umbraxicor. And in this horrible scream, this breath weapon is released. You see it take up most of the port, and those people on the dinghy are disintegrated.
Enid would tell Gideon to get on Hikari with forget her name, but the girl we rescued. Alanis. And because Enid can dash twice, like every turn, so she can keep up, and we need
Fair
to
enough.
get the fuck out of there.
Yep, time to go.
Okay. So you're going to rush out of here.
Well, I
You
think
can
we're
see
gonna wait.
Umbraxicor outside of the door. Like,
Oh, I was
not
about to say,
right
we're gonna
outside, but
wait.
he's at the port.
What are we gonna do? Like,
We're gonna wait a minute.
Okay, okay.
okay.
Both of you make stealth checks.
Ah,
Okay.
shit.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on Gideon.
I already have advantage for what that's worth because of my
Oh.
boots. I don't know if that would help or anything, but you
What's
still
your-
can do that.
Because I get plus 13, but we'll see if somebody really fumbles, and then I'll cast it.
Let's
You
see,
know.
you can cast it on our currently crippled friend if you want.
Oh, crippled and Hikari.
Ooh. We'll just pop Hikari back in the bracelet real quick.
She can't walk. But you're right. We can pop him back out. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't
Okay,
you hiding
Hikari?
anyway? Yeah.
bracelet. Friend, invisible. We're hiding. Okay, great. We got
Stealth
there.
checks.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Well, I've definitely had better.
Who's invisible?
Our friend Alanis.
Okay.
Is invisible.
We imagine she can't hide very well right now.
Yeah. Ari's back in the bracelet.
As Umbraxicor starts to stalk around the port, all of you taking a step back into the town hall, you see the snarling dragon just look around. It's figure this close, you can now see its size. From front to the end of its tail, 30, 40 feet in length. It is taking up a majority of the side of the port you are on. As you can see, it is gathering bodies into a pile.
Such great livestock.
As it lets out this horrible breath on these bodies, as they start to twitch and animate, and their bodies turn to shadow.
Go. Kill anyone you see. In my name. Claim my city.
As the creatures of shadow, once human and elves and sailors, now pawns of Umbraxicor, disappear and go off in various directions. Umbraxicor looking around. It picks its wings up and into the sky as it disappears into the sky. Luckily, it rolled very low on its perception check.
I was like, Enid was holding her breath the whole time. And as soon as it's gone, she's gonna be like, oh, we gotta go.
They've launched
So-
everything they have at that thing. How does it not have a scratch?
Hopefully we just gotta trust that the stuff that they have for dragons, once we use it, will actually be effective, because it can't just be our little group. We need something bigger.
You're right. Let's go.
Hikari out. Invisible friend. Dash and running.
Okay. So, you make it back into the Undercity. The rain stopping above you. Enid, Gideon, Basil, Yrsa. You make it back to your friends. 2 missions accomplished. You see that the council members are very happy that Alanis is alive. She sat down, and the clerics start to tend to her wounds. Does seem that she is going to lose the leg, but she is not dead. Gak and Rian, you are asleep at this moment?
Yeah, after we helped get things settled in and settle the perimeter. There was one thing Gak wanted to do before going to sleep, though.
Okay.
Before laying down, Gak wanted to cast Sending to Dio.
Okay.
And he was just going to say,
Dio, are you safe? If you're in Eldon, find... Dio, are you...
sorry, I wasn't counting. Dio, are you safe?
If you're in Eldon, find your way underground. If you're at the keep, tell everyone to stay there. Eldon is bad.
It takes quite a while to get a response from Dio. But you hear,
Gak, I'm glad to hear you're alive. I'm okay. I'm hiding. Where are the entrances? Please help.
Okay. So Gak's not going to sleep. So, he would probably get if Orion is still there. We know Mirathil's still there because he's crying.
Yeah, he's still crying.
Yeah,
It's been an hour.
He'd probably go over to Mirathil, and say,
Hey, do you have sending?
Of course, I have sending.
I just sent a message to my friend Dio, the cat pirate guy.
Oh, yes, I know him.
He is. He said he's okay. He's not. He's hiding somewhere above ground, and he doesn't know how to get down here. I can't cast the spell anymore, but I don't know where he is, and he needs to know where the closest location to get down here is. Can you send to him, ask him where he is, and then maybe possibly send again when he tells you, so you could. I don't know.
Yes. Don't worry about it. I can scry on him. Let's see where your friend is. And you see his eyes go this metallic color, this reddish yellow metallic color. Ah, well, he is alive. He's not looking the best. He's at Port Whitestone. It seems like he's under some rubble. One of the ships, maybe. I could try and go get him, I guess, if you would like me to.
That is true. Gak knew that Enid and Gideon were heading that way, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Enid and Gideon are heading that way. We could tell them. I also know that you can just like poof into random places, so if you want to poof there and meet up with Enid and Gideon maybe to help, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Let me send a message to your friends. You said you cannot do it yourself, right?
Yeah, I'm all tapped out.
Tis fine, my friend. Gideon, as both of you, Enid, we kind of go back a little bit. Gideon, as you and Enid and Alanis make it into the Undercity, like right as you make it into the Undercity, Gideon, you get a message from Mirathil. Hello, it's Mirathil. Your friend Dio is trapped under some rubble in Port Whitestone, one of the ships. Can you grab him? Thanks.
Because Gideon knows how sending works. Pulls out his book, starts writing, pulls up a finger to Enid.
She's like, we're like mid like door open. She's like,
Dio he wrote this out. Dio in trouble in port, under ship. Want us to go get him? Question mark.
She's gonna roll her eyes because it's Dio, but she'll like nod her head, like, yeah, let's go get him.
On it. And
okay. So before you guys made it back to the party, for time's sake, you do find Dio. He is underneath one of the ships. It takes you a little bit to actually find him. One of the ships that is capsized, he was inside of an air pocket in the ship. You do find him. He is badly injured, but you're able to get him out. Dio is saved. Good call, Gak.
Yay! Haha! Hoo!
Yes, Basil. You have your hand
still
up.
cast sending to my sister?
Yes.
Okay. Sister, there is a dragon in Eildon. We will try to take care of it. Stay where you are. Be safe. Love you.
You get a response back. I've heard the report. We are mustering forces in Hillgrove to head to Eildon. be safe. We should be there in 2 days.
Sissy Queen. I may be dead by then. Also, she didn't say she loved me.
She ran out of words. Sorry.
Sounds like she fucking doesn't.
Damn.
Should have let her fucking die. Oh my god.
Damn.
Bet she said I love you to the Demogorgon.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
What is this shit?
Judgment.
Apparently.
I
So.
know she loves me. It's okay. But 2 days, man? Do you know what can happen in 2 days? This whole place is
lot.
gonna look like the Sapphire Chalice.
This dragon's about to be dead in 2 days, I guarantee you that. Uh-huh.
A lot of
So.
things are gonna be dead in 2 days.
After Yrsa, Gideon, Enid, and Basil return, Alanis is saved and is healing. Dio is saved and being healed. Gak and Rian at this point in time are asleep. About 40 minutes later, you see that Cornelius returns with all of the guards that he went with. And you can see that they return with a couple of weapons. He looks to the four of you and says, "We weren't able to carry everything, obviously, but we got a couple things that I think will be useful now. We can make another run later. As the night goes on, maybe the dragon's attacks will wane. It has to sleep sometime, right?"
Let's hope.
We'll
Which
see.
one of you can use a bow?
Can use a bow.
Our good old friend Rian.
There's two of us who can't. Well, what kind of bow?
I think technically
long-
Enid can. Let me
You see he pulls out a quiver of about 6 arrows of dragon slaying.
Yes, Joe, we know you want them.
Okay, wait. It says crossbow, hand. I guess it means hand crossbow. It just says hand, like my
Yeah,
fucking
hand
hand.
crossbow.
Okay, longsword, rapier, short sword, simple weapons. So no bows at all for me?
Oh, I guess just hand
think so.
crossbows. That's crazy.
All right, Rian gets the bow.
How do I? I thought rogues could use short bows. Am I crazy?
I thought so too. And they do in Baldur's Gate. That's for fucking sure. So,
Whatever.
Okay.
yeah.
I know
Um,
elves, like some elves get proficiency in short bows.
I'm
and
an
short...
elf.
Well, like base elves, not like fancy dancy elves like yourself.
The problem is there's 80 different varieties of elves.
All right, that's fair.
So,
Well, I think
There's
is a short bow a simple weapon?
I don't know, but apparently there's no bows on the moon.
there's 0
Thank
bows
you.
on the
Just none.
That's a simple
So,
weapon. Rogues should
there-
be able to use it, right?
Yeah, they have proficiency in simple weapons. So yeah, it's just short bow. You can use it.
Okay, but it sounds like Rian snoring demanded it, so we're giving him the bow.
I'm just saying,
Do you-
an arrow of slaying with a smite.
Can't smite ranged attacks, buddy.
I mean, John. Come on, throw a guy a bone here, okay?
Aren't they
Yeah,
sure
let me let you
Stab
smite
into
on
it and
a.
then
Let me let you
smite it.
smite on a weapon.
Okay,
that
what
deals
if I
6d10
take the
damage
arrow?
to the
What if I
creature?
take the arrow and I yaka? Like I do one of those with it.
That I will let
That'd
you
be
smite
cool.
on. I will let you smite on that if you do that.
There we go.
Well, you don't need the
Ah.
bow, you just need the quiver.
Yeah,
so.
Rian's bow needs to break now. Like Nalfian's needs to fall on it. And just
Damn.
kind of oh, fuck, it's broken. Okay, all right. So there were 6.
Yes.
Well, why
Sorry, yeah,
don't
so
we do
weapon 1.
3 to Enid and 3 to Rian? I don't think I'm gonna. Well, wait. If I action surge, okay, yeah, that 2 to Enid, 4 to Rian, because then I can shoot 4 arrows of slaying in 1 turn.
That'd be pretty sick.
I'd be like the fucking guys in
That's
Anne
crazy.
Orlando on a.
These are the two weapons that you guys could utilize, I believe. The arrows of slaying, which are for dragons, and the short sword of dragon slaying. I believe, Enid, you can use short swords.
Yeah, so I can take that if we want to give Rian the bow then.
That seems fair.
Okay.
Okay, so 6
And
arrows.
you can see that they do have many other ones, so that the guard will also have arrows and swords.
Is this something I can add to my inventory?
It would just be a short sword of slaying, I think.
Oh, that's not what I meant to click on. Okay.
I think so, maybe.
Okay. Short sword of slaying.
Or just Dragon Slayer short sword.
Queen. Okay.
Okay.
Dragon Slayer short sword. Oh, perfect. I see it.
Do I get
So-
Added it.
throw the arrows next to Rian as he's sleeping?
We'll fill him in the.
Tuck them in with him. Wrap his
Yeah,
arms
he just-
around
he
him.
just- he
like
just
it's a
takes
gift
them
from
in.
Santa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, she's got so many varieties of the same weapon.
A blade for every occasion.
Mhm.
So I'd ask Enid, Basil, Gideon, and Yrsa, is there anything you are doing during this night? Are all of you going to bed?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
if she wants to be useful, she needs to sleep.
I mean,
Are
Ina's
any
gonna
of
go
you-
to bed, but she was gonna go talk to the head of the Thieves Guild. See if they have anything they can offer as well in our coordinated attack. So I don't remember her name either. I see you type.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't remember the names of people, you know?
I
That,
feel so. See, when you read it, you can remind me, so I can instead of saying "Hey, guy."
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah,
say-
yeah. I'll remember here in 1 second. Or not.
What if we make up her name again? Do we just call her the leader?
No, she's got a name.
Boss.
Oh,
Girl
oh,
boss.
Diavana.
Diavana.
Divana.
Divana?
Divana Glask.
Diavana Cross.
Glask. Okay.
Mary on a cross?
There you go. I was like, anyone?
Mariana.
So-
Appreciate guild leader. Okay, yeah, I would like to go chat with her and see if we don't want to role play it. That's fine. Basically, she just wants to be like, "What do you got?" Because we're planning an attack tomorrow, and if you have anything you can offer, I'd like you to be there. And if she has pushback, like, "I'm selfish, I'm a thieves guild," Ina's gonna be like, "Bitch, you got nothing to steal from if the city's dead, so let's go."
It's called looting at that point.
Gideon, I don't need logic here. I need emotion.
As this
Sorry.
conversation is taking place, she says to you, as much as I'd like to help with fighting the dragon, I think that our expertise would be best used if we could get the people to the Undercity.
All right. If you think that's where you'll be most helpful, we'll assist you with that as well as much as we can in our plans, and just keep that in mind. I just wanted you to know what we have going on, and if you hear of anything, we're going to need all the help we can get.
Have you talked to your friends in the Seven Swords?
Ooh, good point. I haven't ran into them yet. Where are they down here? Have you seen them?
No.
Okay.
But I've also been trying to, well, attend to everyone. And she does tell you that this section of the city is used for retreat. There is a pathway that, in dire circumstances, they move the citizens. There's a path that goes underneath the ground and everything towards a nearby mountain range, that actually inside the mountain they've carved out a little tiny city, a mountain city,
Mhm.
for retreating civilians. So that's where she's going to take the guild to help people on that
Okay.
travel.
Cool. Yeah, after they part, she'll go looking around to see if she even hears word of her guild member friends. And if I can run into them tonight, I'd like to give them a heads up so that we can plan in the morning. Obviously, I don't want to spend the whole night looking for them. I need to rest too, but
Right.
I
So
remember sorry, go on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I just remember 4 particular adventurers who wanted to kill a dragon last time we were there. Not that Enid would want to run into them again, I don't think.
Which is funny because those people are underneath the city right
of course they are.
now. Out of the individuals in this list, you're able to find Strix, the guildmaster.
Okay.
You are able to find Carrick, Vito, and Erie. Zovac is out on a mission, as well as Torelli and Gertrude.
Okay. Yeah, I think she'll go to Strix first, just because he knows best. Like, he has the most recent information on each of the guild members. And she'll, again, we don't have to RP the whole thing, but she'll fill him in on what we, the Seekers, and everyone else who's planning is gonna try to do tomorrow, make a organized attack, and if they have anybody they can spare or any information or secret knowledge or whatever that we could use, we need all the help we can get. Same kind of speech.
Okay. The guild members say that whatever you need from them, they will help. In the morning, everyone can reconvene and start to plan. Is there anything else anybody wants to do during this night?
Briefly.
Yeah.
So one, since Gideon got up and close with Braxicor, like you said, there's no signs of any damage on him, correct? Like, he looked perfectly fine.
I mean, because he got so close, there's scratches and divots in his scales, but none of them are missing. They're definitely what you would see in armor when it is ricocheting and it has battle scars on it. That's what you can see on a Braxicor.
Got it. Then in that case, and we don't need to RP this out, I think Gain's just going to spend the rest of his awake time. He's going to pull out some notes from his book, and I don't know if like the Queen has like a head artificer or anything like that, but he'll make sure that Alanis gets his former blueprints for his leg when Gideon lost one, so that she'll be able to function when things are normal once again. And then I think he would just spend time, just doing what little he could to help out, with like the Queen Council, just, trying to offer some support, like nothing specific, but just doing whatever he could before eventually just turning in.
Okay. If there's nothing else, all of you rest as best as you can. As all of you are trying to sleep, you can feel the rumblings. You can hear the roar of the dragon above, the thuds. Eventually, in the night, you hear an arcane breaking, like shattered glass. And through murmurs, hear that probably that bubble around the palace just went down. You don't know what time it is, but you are able to get rest. Now, this will be weird, but all of you can hit a long rest. But because of the circumstances of everything, you will have a point of exhaustion. So you will get all of your spells, full health, but you are exhausted. You've been fighting for what is now about 12 to 16 hours straight. And you technically are not going to be able to get 8 hours, but you get enough.
What does 1 point of exhaustion do again?
Disadvantage on ability checks. So Hopefully in a fight, not super detrimental.
Okay.
Unless he turns invisible, then well, we might have some issues then.
Yeah. So, all of you wake up. Again, you don't know what time it is. You don't know if the sun has risen or it's set. It's midday. All you know that is you feel exhausted, but you can feel somewhat ready to fight. As you wake up and you see the people around you are already moving, you can see the guards are moving citizens down a pathway that Enid, you know of, is the pathway towards the mountain city close by. As the council gathers himself, as Cornelius gathers themselves, the guild members gathers themselves, all of you convene to start planning for what to do with this dragon. I think now is a good time to take a quick break. 5 minutes, so 55 wherever you're at. We'll come back and plan to fight a dragon.
Let's do it, dude. All right,
Let's
BRB.
A handful.
We're back. Gex doing what by the handful? All right, take it away, John.
Eating mayonnaise.
Sure.
Diving back into the game as the party, with leaving behind Rian and Gak to start their rest, left for various tasks, while Enid and Gideon went to go find Alanis Jokas in the Port Whitestone successfully, as well as saving Dio on their way back, while Basil and Yursa went to go activate the stone golems around the city in the stockades, again successfully. As everyone is headed back and reconvene, Enid had various conversations with the Thieves Guild and the Seven Swords Adventurers Guild, getting more people to the cause. The Thieves Guild using their expertise to start moving people out of the city into the nearby mountain city, while the Seven Swords Adventurers Guild, the ones that were there, pledged that they would help with whatever the party needed. All of you eventually got rest. During the night, heard that the magical bubble around the palace had been destroyed. You woke up, not knowing exactly what time it is, feeling exhausted, but rested enough to take on what is to come. You can see now, as all of you do wake up, that the civilians are being escorted through the tunnels, the Thieves Guild in tow, as there is a makeshift table of sorts that has been created to start planning. You can see the council members, well, mostly Garen, Orion, and Marathil are currently conversing. Cornelius making his way over as well. As all of you wake up, what are you doing?
I'm gonna roll for my staff real quick.
We're gonna
Alright.
get started.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Rian will approach the table.
You do.
Oh, Rian. Enid's handing over the bow and fills him in about the item.
Thank you for the
That's
arrows.
why we. Fine, I'll keep the bow too.
There wasn't a bow.
He already has a bow.
I have a
What?
bow.
It
I'm
was just
so
arrows.
confused.
He just never
Okay.
uses it.
Here's your arrows.
Oh, I was really confused for a second. You kept calling it a bow. All right. Yep. Thank you. What do these do?
She fills them in.
Kill dragons.
Gak breaks the extra bow. We don't need this.
Fantastic. Thank
One
you.
of the soldiers nearby. I was going to use that.
Not anymore, motherfucker.
Rian approaches the table.
I approach the table.
May I approach the bitch?
So, we need to figure out what the best way to do this is. All of you being natives to Eldon, knowing the terrain much better than I'm sure all of us, except for maybe Basil, would. In your opinion, if we're going to stage an attack somewhere to try and draw the dragon to an advantageous position, where would that be in the city? Preferably away from people. But other than that, what do you recommend?
Garen,
I don't know
speak.
if Basil would know. Well, she might, because she was in the military family.
Yeah, Garen speaks up and says, "To be honest, there's not much place in the city to lure the dragon. There's no real openings, no spots where there's clearing. And I assume that we haven't gotten all of the civilians underneath. And we want to make sure that we don't damage the city any further than we need to. There are fields outside the gates. Farmland, open. We can set that as a staging ground. Possibly.
The only
Orion,
thing that worries me about an open field is then any of the soldiers we take there are just, fodder for the dragon.
Orion speaks up. Agreed. Braxical broke the arcane bubble around the palace. But he did not break the mechanism, just the defense itself. There is a possibility that we could lure it to the palace and trap it inside with the bubble.
But then what? Then you have a very angry caged animal.
Well, do we not plan to kill this thing? We could cage ourselves in with it.
Bare
Cage it.
minimum, should the worst happen, it would give time for a full evacuation.
True.
And you said we can reactivate if we get
As-
close enough?
As long as the mechanism, the runes on the towers are not destroyed, then yes. However, I'm not certain of the state of those runes. It is merely an option that I thought of.
What is our means of luring the dragon, though?
I spoke this yesterday. I could be used as bait. The name that Umbraxical called out. Eldorazim. Me and this dragon have a history. He's calling out for me.
Is it too much to ask why?
He looks around at the table. Some of you already know, but to those who do not know, Orion is not my given name. And I am not. This is not my true form in front of you. Eldorazim is my real name, and my true form is that of an ancient gold dragon. You hear, Marathel? Oh, so we're just putting that out there? Okay. Well, I also know Umbraxical. Well, he was named Balel back then. Him and my brother had a thing. Very, very long. And, well, actually, you know what? I feel like I'm inserting myself into the conversation. I'll just listen as Orion is giving him this stare down. Right. Balel was Umbraxical's name. He was a bronze dragon. He turned to the ways of Tiamat thousands of years ago, wanting to destroy cities. And I was the one who cast him into the Shadowfell, trapping him there. Seems that he's still holding on to that grudge.
Well, that's very noble. So I guess we have our bait, our means of luring him.
Mm-hmm.
And we might also have that going for us in a way of fighting him.
I mean, if we are all already stationed inside the main keep, and we're able to restore power to this arcane shield of sorts. And we trap it. We surprise it. We might have a good chance of taking it down before it can get its bearings and know what's really happening.
This is a good plan, I believe.
Could
The
you
only-
could you lure it to the ground?
I could attempt to. I know that it is looking for me. If I was to show myself, I could lure him anywhere I think I would want, honestly. The only issue is where I am very strong. He has changed tremendously. Trapping ourselves inside with this dragon might not be the best idea, but it is an idea.
If it's not, um, if it's not unpolite to ask, how big are you when you're a dragon?
I am. You see, he is kind of like. Okay, that's a weird question. To answer.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I just thought it was, I didn't want to
Give me
laugh.
a big boy. Give me a big boy.
Nobody play the soundbite. I don't want to get copy striked.
Sorry.
I will say this. I have been around before the calamity. Which, to those history nerds, was 2,500 years ago when it happened.
Mhm.
So he's a big boy?
Are you bigger or smaller than him?
Umbraxicor? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're asking that, he says, I am not as large as Umbraxicor.
There we go.
Because in the dome, obviously there's buildings in the way, but if we have 2, possibly 3 dragons in there, it might be pretty close quarters.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to know how much space.
Cornelius just speak up and say, well, if we want to trap him inside and we were to ensure that the city itself has been secured of civilians, there are arcane cannons all along the walls of Ailton. And harpoons. If we can just contain him inside of the city, we could set up guards on every corner of the walls. We've had time. He's not preparing. Is there a way to just keep him flying around the city? We need him on the ground, though, right?
Well, we don't need him on the ground. I think it's something we'd like to... Something I think it would be best to avoid because there is an error of risk that I'd like to try and avoid, but we are in possession of a ship that was once controlled and owned by mind flayers. A nautiloid, if you're familiar. This nautiloid is located back at our keep, and we could easily, today, use a magical item in our possession to teleport back and then fly the nautiloid back. We could do that. However, if we're up in the air that high, there's a chance that any one of us could fall off, adding to the danger. And on top of that, he'll kind of look to Gideon. It would be our only way back to the Astral Sea, and we do have unfinished business there.
All of the council, everyone around you they have no idea what you just said. Orion and Marathel, however, because they have been around for a while, before the Divine Gate was created, Marathel goes, "How the hell did you get a Nautiloid?"
It was under Basil's garden.
Basil, why?
She
Did you not
put it
tell me
there.
this?
She didn't put it there.
Listen, it was
You
not
said it was under her
mine.
garden.
I didn't plant it there.
Oh.
There was a lot under
Where
her
would I
garden.
get a Nautiloid to plant
You
it?
tell me this information, Basil. You're the one who had it under your garden.
I lived at my house. There was a black sludge. We came back. There's a giant hole where my house was. It's the Underdark, and then we stole.
Well, this is I should have known about this. I thought we were friends.
I
This
think you should
This
have
really
paid
isn't the
attention.
part we should be focusing on
Should have
right
paid
now.
attention when we talked in your room.
Other thing that's kind of important that Giddy and I saw, because when we were on our little rescue mission, Bruxicor did make a little pit stop right by us, and he doesn't look damaged at all from what we've thrown at him, and he's not exactly not preparing. He's kind of resummoning the people he killed as shadow creatures with his breath. He is building an army.
Yay.
The longer we draw this out, the stronger he's becoming.
Garen speaks up and says, "Last count that I have is we've lost about 10% of our army, our forces in the city. We have a couple thousand men. Majority of our armed forces have made their way to Sardina and Hillgrove. He's trying to claim the city. If he's creating an army, he's going to have one. Or already has one now. So that means that we have to fight him on two fronts. Ground and air. Whatever shadow creatures are on the ground, we're going to have to take care of. We can't just focus everything on Braxicor.
I can take ground.
I still feel as though grounding the creature is our best option. Fighting something like that in the air when that is its natural terrain is very unwise on our end. And that's no slight against any of you. Gideon, you are a wonderful pilot, but this creature is airborne. If we can get it on the ground, we take away that advantage from it.
So our only option to ground it, though, was to trap it in the bubble, right?
We have harpoons. Cornelius speaks up.
So, like,
We
taking out the wings.
Wings, if we hit enough of them, we could anchor it.
What is the power source of the magic that puts the city in the bubble?
It is, Orion speaks up, it is a combination of shielding magic mixed with kyberite to create the runes. To enhance. It is a concoction of my own.
Do you think it would be impossible to make the bubble bigger? Maybe not the whole city, but maybe the whole wall around the Emerald Groves instead of just around the main city.
Orion kind of sits back. possible. But as we do not have time to create new runes, we would have to have someone holding it open. Have sorcerers, magic users to increase the range of the bubble. They'd have to stay in place.
Well, I know the College of Arcanum. I don't know how people are faring over there, but we could try to enlist them, and I could try to help out. I don't know if any of you would know this, but do you know if there are any I don't know if you guys would know this, but with the rifts there are ley lines of magic, and we've learned recently that there's people working for the Demogorgon and things like that that are trying to tap into the ley lines to like use that magic to heighten their magic in opening rifts. If there's one nearby, is there any way we can use that to try and beef up the power of this thingy? Might be a too big of a question, but
No, I don't believe that Eldon sits near any ley lines. We could try to see if any of the mages, any of the professors in the college, how they are faring, any of them are alive. If we can get some of their help, we could potentially open the shield larger.
I don't know if opening the shield larger is that wise of an idea. I think we might want a more limited area to fight because, I mean, I remember back when we were tracking down Oberon, how long it took me to get from one end of the Emerald Grove to the other. I mean, if the fight between Orion and Umbraxicor gets out of hand, they're much faster than any of us. If they end up on one half of the Emerald Grove and we're on the other, it'll take us 15-20 minutes to get over there, and then who knows what happens in that time if they're left one-on-one.
what if we're able to make the dome just have a lower ceiling? Instead of a dome, it's more of just like a roof.
It originates from the top of the towers of the palace. And this is all assuming that those towers are still intact.
We know a very powerful wizard who helped create runes with me, Clara. I think she has a shop here, but we could ask her to come help with keeping the shield open, even if we don't make it in a bigger place.
Marathel does speak up and says, I'm surprised. We have so many magic users here. There is a spell for this. I'm not sure if anyone knows it, or if no one knows it, there's a scroll somewhere. Has anyone heard of Earthbind?
Does Gak know if he's ever heard of Clara mentioning that at all?
Earthbind is a...
Not a druid spell? Oh, wait a second. I have that spell. I mean, I don't have it prepared, but I could have it prepared. Good job, Olivia.
I mean, it's still the morning. We just woke up. Is this not when one prepares?
Yeah, if this
does
is Baldur's Gate, you could just prepare until you get into, combat.
I prepared that this morning, though. Wink,
Oh, that's
wink.
good. So Yursa didn't know about it.
Convenient.
She was just being coy when he was
Yeah.
like, "Does anyone not know
Duh,
about this?" And she was like,
Facepalm.
"Actually, yes, I do. I had it
Actually,
prepared."
I have this spell prepared.
It is a
John.
okay.
It's only a second level spell, John.
Aren't dragons? Are they beasts or like monsters?
They're
It's
They're
a
their own type.
creature.
They're a dragon.
Oh, sick.
Away.
So perhaps, mayhaps. I think so. Here's the thing. Away from the in-game chat to the metagame chat. Your boy definitely has legendary resistances. So I think Earthbind is good, but the last thing he's gonna want to be done to. The last thing he's going to want to have happen to him is Earthbind.
Gonna be done too.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't mean
so-
to like take away the option. Like, if you guys still feel like using the Nautiloid is the best way to go, I just, you're sort of, that's just her thinking out loud in that moment.
No, I think the Nautiloid is cool, but also, what happens if somebody that can't fly, like everybody but Rianne and Yursa, because Yursa can turn into a bird, but I think everybody else would just fall.
I got teleports.
I kind of planned on staying on the ground anyway.
And
Okay.
I will say Gideon has Featherfall, I think.
Gideon does not have
No,
Featherfall.
I thought we had said so. But Gak has Bigby's hand
Oh yeah.
that he has flown on before.
Yeah, I feel like that's a better choice if the dragon picks somebody up and drops them. Because if everybody falls all... Plus, I don't think that we should be split up in this fight, like on ground, on air.
Yeah.
Feel like we should...
I mean,
We're stronger
the
together.
harpoons don't sound like a bad idea because you can't resist that. So, like, if we get some good harpoons off on the bitch, ground.
I think the problem is for the harpoons, I think we'd almost have to fight him in the Nautiloid at that point because we'd have to keep him distracted with something to where he doesn't just kill the people manning the harpoons.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's a big boy. It's not going to be he gets shot twice and he's grounded, or else they would have done it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bubble near the palace is our best option because we can contain the fight, save the city from having any more harm fall to it.
That's true.
I mean, if we do big wide open field,
Mhm.
and we use Earthbind, that'd be great. Like that would be awesome.
We
But
just need to catch its attention and get there.
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
feel like the trapping him sounds like the better option. I mean, yes, we'll be trapped with him, but like now he can't escape,
yeah,
Yeah.
call an
Well, I was
ambulance.
going to say this.
but not
This
for
is an
me.
intelligent creature, so if it
Yeah.
thinks the odds are against it, it can just fly away and we can't chase it. I think
Yeah.
trapping
Yeah.
it is almost a necessity.
That's true. Yeah.
I played Skyrim, I get you.
Can we peek out of the Undercity to see if the towers are still standing? Can we just like
Just open the skylight.
where's the like submarine like
Right.
telescope thing?
Periscope.
Yeah, periscope.
Yeah, you could pop out of King's Cross. You can see that obviously the bubble is gone. The towers are still there,
Ooh,
but
ooh.
perched on top of the towers is the dragon,
Oh, he's already there.
surveying the area.
He's already fallen into our trap.
Turn it on now.
You can see the prideful dragon has laid claim to the city and now is sitting atop the palace
Okay.
like it's king.
Okay. Orion. This is in character, Rianne. Orion.
Yes.
You had said earlier that potentially you could get mages to from the college to help with Gak's idea where we could try and expand out the bubble. Is there any way that we could have them stand outside of the bubble once it's active to try and maintain it to make it stronger? Even if it taps them for their magical resource in that time period, it locks all of us in there together, where there is a very good chance that he will not be able to escape. Neither will we, but I mean, if we work together, I have a feeling that our odds will be better than not.
If you do not want to expand the bubble and instead want to keep it, that is something I could do. I created it. I could hold it.
Well, I understand your willingness to assist in that matter, but I feel as though your skills and talents are better used in the direct conflict with Umbraxicor, letting the less experienced mages try and maintain the barrier. I feel as though would be a more apt use of your skills.
Marathel pops around the shoulder and says, "You do. I guess it wasn't said out loud. I am also a dragon."
Yes, Marathel.
Right. So, like, is this a thing where you just want you want my brother to be a dragon, don't you?
I wanted you both to come. I don't know why you think you're
you're not
and
getting.
Also,
I wasn't brought up in conversation.
well, because you took yourself out of it, and also Umbraxicor has been screaming your brother's name, so...
Also, you had a rough day yesterday. We decided to leave it alone.
I appreciate.
What you're
Marathel,
coming
do
with?
you want to come?
Yes, I would, Basil. Thank you for asking. Is this
You're
really what
welcome.
we're doing?
Does
right now?
anybody else feel left out before we move on any further?
Well, now that you mention it, Rianne, as like Enid's like rocking back in a chair.
Where'd you get that rocking
right.
chair?
That's
The
been
city's
there
on
the whole
fire
time.
and you grabbed a
Understand
rocking chair.
You
Already
wanted to
down
be
here.
standing
Dio
at the
stress
table.
make-
I'm back here.
Yeah, Dio stress make the a rocking chair.
Just
Yep.
whittled away.
I like to make furniture when I'm stressed.
All right.
That's so.
So, to minimize casualties, Orion and Marathel, as dragons, will be in the bubble with us. The Seekers of Insania and 2 dragons will fight Umbraxicor. Is there anybody else we want inside the bubble with us?
I think some of those guards with the dragon slaying arrows would be helpful. They can be in the
guess.
castle. Castles are meant to be defended anyway. They can just take shots. Even if they only land 2, it'll help.
Cornelius speaks up and says, "As long as they can be mostly out of reach, then yes. Not to bring the mood down, but if you're going to be fighting a Braxical with also 2 dragons and all of you, there's not a lot the rest of us can do other than shooting arrows at it."
I mean, hey.
Dragon slaying arrows, though. That would be excellent.
As long as they are protected, yes.
And death by a
We want to
1,000 cuts.
minimize.
I think Umbraxicor's attention will be on the major threats in front of it. I don't think it'll target some of your archers for a stray arrow or 2. No offense.
I'll assign the Golden Company. Some of the Golden Company to go with you. They are our best fighters.
And then I
I don't
suppose
want
the
people to feel like they're being forced into this. Of
Well.
course.
The city was kind of forced into it.
Exactly.
For to make up, I guess, a little bit of the men that you lost, I believe the Seven Swords Guild is willing to help. They can assist outside of the bubble where you normally have some of those men stationed.
You see
Strix.
the legends are right, like
Oh,
off to the
not
side,
them.
like smiling.
Yeah!
And she's gonna lean real close to
Their
Cornelius.
moment to shine.
Put them so far away if you don't want them to die. Just tell them to stay here or something like that. They won't know the difference, I promise. There's capable people. Strix can help you.
I'll do that.
Can we make a blood pact right now to play as the legends if all the Seekers of Insania get wiped out? They can have their redemption too.
Okay.
Yes! It's sealed.
Yeah, there you go. All right, is that the plan?
I'm good with that, yeah.
I
like
like it. It seems like a good plan.
Okay.
Well, the nice thing too is we could sneak back into the castle the way that the queen and the council got out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Double dragon, double bubble. There's not two bubbles,
Double.
but there's only one. There's only one
I
bubble.
was like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Triple dragon.
Well, no. Gak's orb is kind of a bubble, so it is double bubble.
Yeah.
Toil and
Reaching.
trouble, dude.
Reaching.
There you go.
I can
Double
make
bubble, toil and
Odaluk's
trouble.
resilient sphere,
Which is also a bubble.
which is also a bubble.
Double
Triple
dragon,
Why
triple
don't we
bubble.
just let's just get the sphere and then shoot a bunch of arrows until we win.
That's a good plan.
I like it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So
Okay.
it's decided.
Bubble, 2 dragons, guards with arrow slaying, dragon arrows,
Let's not die.
and not dying. Can we all
Profit.
agree to that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, John. So none of us can die. You heard that either. It has
That's
been
part of the
voted.
plan.
I got
heard.
2 diamonds left.
All
Let's
right.
not make them count.
We should have looted while we were out.
We
Yeah,
should have.
damn it.
But
That's so wrong.
In a war zone, it's called scavenging.
Orion, Mirathil, you're dragons. You probably have a horde, right? You guys got any diamonds in there?
Gak, we don't say that.
Bad time to bring it up. Don't ask Mirathil.
Yeah, you don't. You don't say that.
My tavern.
Oh, great. Now you won't be able to fight all
was
day.
The sapphire chalice his horde.
The franchise. It's his whole.
You didn't
his
see.
horde
You
is
didn't see the
scattered throughout.
room. You didn't see the room underneath the room you guys had made plans in.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Note for later.
you give him plans for his next architectural design of it. More rooms. All right. Well, what are we
Time.
waiting for?
nothing.
It's nice knowing you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, if we didn't mention, because it's in the pact with the Demogorgon, that it's probably fiendish, and we'll have a hard time fighting it with fire and stuff like that.
Oh, that is a very good point. I heard stories of what happened with Gideon and Basil and how they were easily able to dispatch those creatures. If you have weapons or magic that can deal radiant damage, use those. I also I can do radiant damage myself, but I do have, and Rian is gonna reach under one of his cloaks and pull out 3 grenades. I have 3 of these that Gideon made. They deal radiant damage. So
Don't ask what they are.
there you go. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Just pull the pin
Is
out
that
and
blood?
throw it.
I will not ask what they are.
Also, Basil, you should try using Spirit Guardians.
That's a great idea, Gak. I didn't think about that.
Okay, real
What's that
question.
spell do?
Basil's blood is radiant. If Umbraxicor eats Basil,
Damn.
It's
Will
like
we
a
win?
like a big bomb inside.
yeah, yeah. It's like
I
the
don't know if
potato
it'll
thing.
deal enough damage to kill Umbraxicor, but it'll
Over time?
definitely deal enough damage to kill Basil.
That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I don't know about you, Rachel.
Basil
You know, if
has,
you wanna
what,
throw-
9
if you wa-
lives.
Yeah, if you want to throw your body into the dragon, I'll let it do some decent damage. I'll give you that gratification of.
Mhm.
Okay.
Does anybody have
That
catapult?
will be. Listen, it'll be my point of no return if it gets to there. I'll be
A
eaten by a
catapult.
dragon.
I want to do the Hercules where you get inside of it and then cut yourself out.
Right.
Ooh.
Spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
With spiritual weapon. Or spirit guardians. Even
Oh, better
inside.
idea. Better idea.
Activate it when you're going down the throat and just Beyblade out of his neck.
If Basil's
my
holding a
God.
weapon, wouldn't she be considered a spiritual weapon?
Ooh, got
That's
him.
true.
That's a good question.
Got him.
That's true.
Anyway,
Sorry.
All right. Well, I digress. About the whole Beyblade thing. Let's go ahead and
What's a Beyblade?
must
Don't
have
worry
been a
about
toy
it.
in Syria.
It's-
I don't know.
It's a we saw a lot when we were over there. So the plan if everyone's in agreement, I suppose we can move to enact it now since we don't need to return to the keep.
Is the queen there?
The queen is there.
Mm-hmm.
She have anything to say about any of this?
She's got a council for a reason, dude.
All right, just checking.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. You guys do whatever.
Gotta love the monarchy.
God save the queen.
Everyone, gather your things. Get ready. We will head out
I
within
don't
the
have
next
any
hour.
things.
Yeah, everything I have is on my body.
Good. Then get in the right mindset then. You see Orion kind of stands up. They were sitting in chairs. The council and everyone had chairs. Stands up. Meet at that archway in an hour. And we will head to the castle. And he starts readying stuff. Marathil goes with him, and they start conversing. Cornelius starts conversing with Garen. You guys are left alone for a little bit.
I love you
So
all. Just wanted you to know that.
Well, that's very nice of you to say. And I love you too, but I don't know why you'd say such a thing. It's not like anything bad's gonna happen.
Am I not just allowed to tell you I love you, even in dire circumstances?
Well-
I don't think I've ever said I love you collectively.
I love you too, Basil.
Thank you, Yrsa.
I said I love you too also.
But you said it with an attitude.
I did not say it with an attitude. I said the first part with an attitude. The second part I said genuinely.
Well, thank you, Rian.
You're very welcome.
And she looks expectantly at Gideon, Gag, and Enid.
I was gonna say it back, but now I feel like it wouldn't sound like I mean it because other people are saying it.
Yeah, it feels weird, doesn't it?
No, I still want to hear it. I
But
said
I
I
feel-
love you all, and you're not going to say it back to
But
me.
now I'm
Maybe
going to
I
say
will
it back.
let the dragon eat
Listen,
me.
I'm gonna say it
Who
back.
said that?
But as soon as I say it, I think that you're gonna think that I don't mean it. But I promise I mean it. I love you, Basil.
I love you too, Gak.
No.
I believe you.
That was genuine.
Love you too, Basil.
Thank you, Gideon.
You're welcome.
I love you too.
Enid's face is purple as heck.
Basil's just gonna go up and like wrap her arms around Enid.
Yeah, she'll hug her tight.
Give her a big old kiss on the cheek.
No. And when their embrace is done, she'll just say, also awkwardly, with her face all purple, I love you guys.
I love you too, Enid.
Yes, love you too, Enid.
I said it first this time, so now I'm not following anybody.
Gideon to Rian, have you noticed those two getting close lately?
Oh wait, yeah, they didn't know.
Yeah, it
I didn't realize.
apparently there was some drama there for a bit, but I guess they've worked it all out now.
Well, that's good.
Wait a second.
What is it, Gak?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like something's weird.
I feel like we're missing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
have you
agree.
noticed that Rian and Yrsa?
Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna exit from this conversation.
No.
Hey,
I haven't noticed
Orion.
anything about Rian and Yrsa. Why?
Orion, could we talk for a moment?
Of course.
How are the trade tariffs
What the fuck?
with
They're in the fucking ground right now. That's how the
With-
trade tariffs are.
with
Rian,
Dagram?
you're really sweaty.
Okay, on a
It's hot
different note,
down
because
here.
Enid is a sappy bitch, she's going to connect or like tune into the little bracelet for the Evrand angels, and she will like still holding like Basil's hand, go over to Yrsa's and like hold her hands, just like taking a moment. She doesn't She's not the best with
Valid.
words always, but like just because we could
Oh,
like
yeah.
feel each other's heartbeats, and Enid, despite her composure, is trying to stay calm, is racing for sure. She's very nervous.
Oh, I will say before this hour's over, Gak will find a time to what?
He didn't even say anything.
No, it was what Rachel said in the chat.
You're synced up and ready to fight.
That's how you know
I
they're
just-
best friends.
It's just you were the most serious I've ever heard you, Nick. And then I read that. I'm so sorry.
The Immigrant Song starts playing. We're free bleeding tonight, boys! Yeah, so Gak
I'm so
will find
smart. I'm so sorry. I'll mute myself.
At some point before the hour is up, Gak will find time to walk over to Enid when it's just the two of them.
Yeah, Enid was gonna walk. I was gonna do the same thing. Go for it.
But just Gak walks up and goes,
Hey, there's something I wanted to tell you, but everything's been so crazy that I just haven't had time until now.
Me too.
Oh,
But I'm all ears.
okay. Well, you can go first.
Oh, okay. I just first of all, I love you, and
I love you too, Enid. Yeah.
I just what all happened at the tower with the book and everything. You are so brave. And that is such a beautiful quality you have. And you are a true hero, Gak. I'm sorry I couldn't help you. I couldn't do it, but I'm so glad you're here still.
You did help. All of you guys helped just by being there. I wouldn't have ever been able to do any of that without knowing you guys, so.
But we're making it out of this. We're gonna live to see another day. We got more brownies to bake and
Yeah.
a lot of things to do, but I just wanted you to know that I'm really, really glad you're still here.
Thank you. You're really brave too.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, back at my cabin, I thought it was really cool that you and Brack were hanging out and getting along because I just thought it was cool that I was watching my two sisters hanging out and getting along together. So, I hope you enjoy my family.
I adore them, and your sister's a natural at everything. She's such a fast learner, but so are you, so I guess it runs in the family. But it was nice to feel like I got a sister too for the first time. She'll scoop up into his arms. For a
yeah,
hug.
he doesn't really have much else to say, and he's just kind of smiling. You can tell that he like wants to say something, but doesn't actually have anything to say, so he just hugs her back.
Yeah. I feel like these two are good at, like, the unawkward silence as well, kind of like when they were Rift Wardens together, where they're just able to be in each other's company, and it's not like, so, now what? It's just
Right.
very natural with each other.
Like siblings do.
You know, crazy how that happens.
But yes, that is all Gak had.
I did have one thing. Probably like right before we're all supposed to meet near the arches. But I don't know if anybody I'm not sure if anybody else had anything else, because I know I did a lot of talking during the table scene.
I don't think so. Unless, Basil, did you have anything?
I think kind of while everybody was preparing and getting ready and doing their little conversations, I think Basil would have meandered her way over to Rian and just kind of stand next to him if he was fixing anything in his bag or, whatever. And I'm not going to say goodbye because there won't be a goodbye. But I do want to thank you for everything you've done for me since we've met. I don't say it enough.
And you don't need to. I appreciate it, but I never got to see Isaac grow up. But even when he was little, a parent doesn't do things because they need to be thanked for it, because they feel like they need payback. They do it because they want to see their kids be happy, to feel loved. And if you have had any small sliver of happiness in this chaotic life that we've lived the past few months, and if you felt loved, then that's all that matters to me. I appreciate the thank yous, but I don't need them.
And she'll step forward and hug him.
And
I felt so much love. And I'm happy to have your last name.
Before you, it was a very lonely family.
Before you, it was a lonely family for me too. And now we make the best one.
Exactly.
Also, Enid and I are kind of together. The
Oh.
boulder moved.
Oh, I hadn't noticed. That's a very
It's
a very good development.
Yesterday, right?
Okay.
We were in a tree.
Oh, romantic.
And she kind of confessed to me, and at first I was like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like, I like you, but leave me alone because you're making it harder for me to not like you." And then she was like, "Oh, I like you too." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I guess we're together now.
Love is an odd thing. As odd as a thing there is.
It is. But I'm glad we finally found our way. It was not my favorite thing so far on this journey. Well, there are worse things like death, but in terms of interpersonal relationships, that was the roughest one, maybe.
In terms of negative interpersonal relationships you've encountered on this journey, that's been the worst one.
Yes.
Honestly, very fair. Very fair. But I'm very, very, very happy to hear that you two have clicked.
Me too. But we'll get through this like we get through everything else. I'll be with more scars, probably.
They just make you look cooler, that's all.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go get my stuff ready. I don't have anything to get ready. I have everything on me, but gonna go say hi to my girlfriend.
Right. Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck too.
Okay, but you never also say I love you, goodbye, hug for Rian too, but
Oh,
yeah,
I know
I mean,
people got a ton of
obviously, I think people would kind of make their
everybody,
rounds.
yeah.
Rian, towards the the end of the time, probably right after that, moving up to Enid, Rian is going to walk up to Yursa, and say to her as he approaches, "Are you feeling ready?"
No, but we never. I still feel like I am processing all that had happened. But I'm here.
Good. I just wanted you to know that I'm very happy that you're here. And although I have no idea what's going to happen, the one thing I do know is that we're going to make it out. And that is in no small part due to you.
Well, I would be doing my job poorly as a Riften if I didn't, I suppose, slay the dragon. I very much believe in all of us. I think we will be very much worse for wear, and it's going to probably be a few close calls, but there's nothing we can't do together.
I think at that point he would reach down and kind of lightly grab one of Yursa's hands and say to her, "With you, Yursa, there is nothing that I feel like we can't do. I love you, Yursa Moonglade. I do."
I love you too, Rian.
And I think Rian would lean in to kiss.
Ursa swerves and runs away. No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? That'd be pretty funny.
Oh my god. I would actually kill myself
Wah, 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 wah.
from embarrassment. But that's okay.
Yeah. Ursa will allow it. It's funny, you talk as though this is the end. But I'm pretty sure, Rian, this is only one of many beginnings.
I feel as though you are completely right. As always.
Most of the time. She'll smile and give his hand a squeeze.
He'll return it. And he will also, in that moment, cast Warding Bond.
What does that do?
You take half damage to everything.
Oh, that's right.
And
Okay.
+1 to AC and saving throws.
But the thing he's leaving out is that Rian takes that damage too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no.
But then I take half the damage that you take. So.
Okay. It's like a half
Yeah,
situation.
Or a quarter. You know, however you want to slice it.
Okay.
Now, is there anything else any of you want to talk about, discuss, before you start heading towards the palace to fight Umbraxicor? Going once, Wink twice. Okay. All of you ready yourselves. Tighten your armor. Clean your blades. Orion and Marathil and some of the Golden Company. You start to walk down the long pathway towards the palace, towards where Umbraxicor has claimed his throne, towards the place where you hope to trap the great dragon of the Shadowfell, place where you hope to slay the warden of the Shadowfell, the person on the other side, the last tether to the rift that is open. You walk for about 15 minutes down this pathway, Orion leading, and you eventually come to a staircase, a long stone staircase that spirals upwards. And you know that at the base, very top of this staircase, leads you into the palace and the foreseeable battleground. All of you take a deep breath and start to walk up the staircase to the doorway. And as Orion opens the door to enter into the palace, to enact the plan, that is where we are going to end tonight's session. Thank you for joining us here in the Tales of Evrand. Tune in next time, when that is,
Woo!
to see the party fight on Braxicor.
Woo!
Joe, take us out.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be sure to tune in. Not this Saturday. There will be no Isles of Iverion. Thanksgiving weekend. Got a lot of people traveling, but that is okay. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday for the Salamander Coast. Next Wednesday for the fight against Umbraxicor. It'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to see you there, but let's go ahead and we'll see you then, man. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.